Yesterday we spoke about this, Kat. Oh, do you want to do that first?
Step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
It's a Wednesday morning. Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Very good morning, Sanbanan, Dimel. Morning. Hey, goeiemorgen. All of those good things. Zoe, up top, how are you?
We go. Very good. How are you, Kat?
Yeah, very good. Happy Wednesday, 1st of February, 2023. New month.
January's finally finished.
Month of love is here, and we're so happy to be in your company.
Yeah, and Wednesdays means I don't pack breakfast because it's the culinary hotline bling.
Ting, ting, ting. Wait, you do that?
In my belly, yes.
You don't pack breakfast when it's a Wednesday?
Not on a Wednesday. If I'm on the show on a Wednesday, I come with an empty
How
box.
did I not know that this is like the protocol? What's going on?
Because it's all about the culinary hotline. It's all about that delicious foods, those conundrums that you have. And today we're putting the spotlight on stone fruit. And we can't wait to share with you more of the most mouth-watering recipes. And I'm guaranteeing you I'll try them all.
Are you a fan of stone fruit?
I love stone fruit.
Really?
Seasonal fruit is my thing. So your perskes, you weet, your pruime, like all of them are good.
You just reminded me of die perretjies. Growing up, right? So like there used to be like a couple of houses around the neighborhood with peach trees and perskes, whatever. But then we used to like climb over walls and like go and pick the fruit off before it got ripe and got like sore tummy as a result of that.
Bugs.
Fond memories. Anyway, then if you're seeking decor advice, you tuned in to the right place for sure. Joining us to chat about how we can spruce up our homes with art and creative ideas. We have creative genius, jewelry designer Gitan Kupu and multidisciplinary artist Abdus Salam to keep us inspired on this Wednesday morning.
Oh, fantastic. And as always, we also bring you the best entertainment as Jackhammer Band takes us on a musical extravaganza on your Wednesday, one that you won't forget, and just the one you need to kick off the brand new month.
Absolutely. It's going to be love-filled, a bit of fruitiness, a bit of art-inspired deco, music, all of the things you need in your breakfast, right?
You know what else we need?
What do you need?
We need a G-man.
Oh, give me some G.
I thought you were going to say we need some nuts to sprinkle over that. Yes, we are a little crazy. We are crazy about stone fruit this morning. There is a reason why we are celebrating the fruit that is in season at the moment, because we love it and you guys love it so much. We've had such an outcry for more recipes involving our stone fruit in season. So I've got to put it to you guys. Peaches, apricots, mangoes. What is your favorite fruit to cook and how do you do it? Do you bake it in a cake? Do you make a tart? Do you make an extra special dessert? Do you do something savory? Blow our minds. It is the culinary hotline today, so we want to get a ton of questions and voice notes, but please inspire us with your stone fruit inspiration. 063-408-8863 is the number to use. If you want to chat about anything on the show today, please drop us a voice note, but we'd love to hear from you this morning and inspire us with those recipes. But first, let's give you a few talking points. It is a brand new day, brand new headlines to wrap our heads around, and of course, then I'll get into the sport.
The time now just 3 minutes past 6 o'clock, and a time to reflect on the news headlines this morning. On the national news front, since midnight last night, motorists are paying more at the pumps. The Department of Minerals, Resources and Energy has increased the price of fuel by 28 cents a litre for all grades of petrol. Diesel's cost has increased by 9.1 cents per litre. Now, Department spokesperson Robert Make says the increases would have been worse had it not been for the rand appreciating during the period under review. Now, meanwhile, trade union COSATU has lashed out at the government for failing to cushion the rising cost of living for South Africans. Limpopo's police commissioner has praised police officers' quick action after they raided a huge consignment of contraband cigarettes outside Marble Hall worth some 12 million rand. Lieutenant General Tembi Hadebe confirmed that 6 suspects being held were foreigners. She also had high praise for the community that tipped off the police. Now, the suspects will be in court on Monday, and they were arrested when they unloaded the huge load of cigarettes on a farm in Toyskraal. The load was transported in 2 trucks and a gas truck, and the vehicles were also seized. Taking a look at international headlines this morning, the number of endangered rhinos poached in Namibia last year was the highest on record and almost twice as many as the year before. 87 rhinos were butchered compared to 45 in 2021. Now, the majority were poached in Etosha, Namibia's largest national park. Rhino numbers in Africa have dropped significantly in recent decades due to the demand for rhino horn in China and Vietnam. Poachers killed 61 black and 26 white rhinos, mainly in Etosha. However, elephant poaching in Namibia has declined from a high of 101 in 2015 to 4 last year. In other news, Canada's province of British Columbia is starting a first-in-the-nation trial decriminalizing small amounts of hard drugs such as cocaine and heroin. Now, from today, adults can possess up to 2.5 grams of such drugs, as well as methamphetamine, fentanyl, and morphine. Canada's federal government granted the request by the West Coast province to try out the 3-year experiment. Now, it follows a similar policy in the nearby U.S. state of Oregon, which decriminalized hard drugs in 2020. And lastly, it's time for Kim Kardashian to move over and for us to all say hi to Kimberly Kardashian. A black bear has become a worldwide internet sensation for taking hundreds of selfies on a wildlife camera in an apparent impromptu photo shoot, 400 selfies in a single night to be precise. No, this isn't some fictional story, it's a bedrock fact. It happened in the mountains of Boulder, a city in Colorado in the United States. Now, the incident came to light when the Boulder Open Space and Mountain Parks Department unveiled pictures of the bear truly admiring itself. Now, while their cameras often capture animals out in the wild, officials said most creatures don't notice the device and just stroll on by. This particular bear, already dubbed a selfie bear, however, appeared to be absolutely captivated by the camera. And these pictures drew hoots and laughter, and most of us bet on it that it must have been a lady bear. This is what they say. This is exactly what Philip Yates said, who's the spokesperson for Boulder's Open Space and Mountain Parks. Now, clearly, this little selfie bear should have its own Instagram page by now. The selfies are, wait for it, unbelievable. Wow. That's how we start your Wednesday morning. That's it for the news. We'll take another look at 7. Here's the sports now with Graham.
That's why they call it the Boulder Smolder, my friend. No, I can't bear it. I can't bear it. Let's get into the sporting roundup this morning. All-rounder and regular skipper Danae van Niekerk has sadly been deemed unfit as CSA name the Proteas women's squad for next week's T20 Women's World Cup here in South Africa. So the Protea women will be captained by all-rounder Sune Lewis as a result, with van Niekerk now ruled out of the global showpiece due to not meeting the minimum criteria, sadly. And stalwarts such as Marazan Kapp, Ayabonga Kaka and Shabnem Ismail all included. And South Africa opened the tournament against Sri Lanka on the 10th of February, and they also play Australia and New Zealand and then Bangladesh in their group stages. Oh, excuse me. Now we move on to rugby, and it is awards season, and what a season he had last year. Springbok Centurion Eben Etzebeth has been voted as SA's Rugby Player of the Year for 2022, following a string of excellent performances by the experienced lock last year. The 31-year-old was immense in 2022 and became only the 7th Springbok to earn his 100th cap. Then Kenneth Moody, he won the Young Player of the Year award, and Nadine Roos was named Springbok Women's Player of the Year. What a breakout year she had. And JC Pretorius won the award for Springbok Sevens Player of the Year, while John Dobson was named Coach of the Year. All worthy winners, so congratulations all round. Now we turn to a negative story in the world of tennis, certainly on the international front, as the ATP will not be taking any action against former world number 2 Alexander Zverev following allegations of domestic abuse against the German. Now, in October of 2021, the ATP had launched an investigation into allegations leveled by his ex-girlfriend Olga Sharapova, who had said in a magazine interview that Zverev was emotionally and physically abusive to her during their relationship. Zverev has consistently denied all allegations. then it could possibly be the end of a glittering era on the track and road. Mo Farah is preparing to say an emotional London Marathon goodbye to his home support after confirming his participation in April's race. The four-time Olympic champion expects that 2023 will be his final year of racing before retirement. But he is at this stage unsure if the marathon will be his last competitive event, saying he'll take it one race at a time. But we'll love seeing him out there for every step, let alone every kilometre or mile, as they say in the UK. But that's where we are leaving our sport for this hour. Of course, it is a brand new day and some new weather heading our way. Let's get the latest.
Thank you, Graham. And let's start off with some news. The City of Cape Town is urging residents to use less water as high stages of load shedding are having an impact on water supply operations. Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis wishes residents and businesses to collectively use less than 850 million litres of water daily. He said this would put the city in a better position next summer if it's again a below average winter rainfall. He added that the dams supplying Cape Town were losing on average about 2% of the total dam capacity per week. In the past week, residents used 949 million litres daily, which is 99 million litres over the collective daily target. Cape Town's dams were still above 50%, but its models showed dam levels would drop below 50% by the end of summer. Hill-Lewis added, and I quote, "This may increase the need for water restrictions down the line, which we ideally would want to avoid." Now let's turn our attention to those sunrise views, one of our favorite parts of the morning. First up, Paul Goddard sent us this photo of the sun's orange glow lighting up Van Dyke Park in Boksburg. Then Gregory Noble shared this clear morning sky photo with us all the way from George. Haley Julius shared this morning's sky filled with a yellow glow from her yard in East River. And we finally have Gail Doyle, who sent us this stunning photo of the rainbow showing off across the sky, and that photo was taken in Gordons Bay. Well, if you have a sunrise view to share, do so on our WhatsApp line. It's 063 408 8863. Let's get into today's temperatures. Starting off in Polokwane, 17's your low, 25 your high. Mbombela 18, 24. Pretoria, expect thunder showers, a low of 16, a high of 25. Johannesburg 15, 22. Mahikeng 19, 26. Klerksdorp 17, 27. Kimberley 18 with a high of 30. Partly cloudy in Bloemfontein, 15's your low, 29 your high. Richards Bay 23, reaching a high of 31. Pietermaritzburg 18, 31. Durban 24 with a high of 31. If you're in Mthatha, 17's your low, 32 your high. East London 21, also reaching a high of 32. Cradock 14, 34. If you're in Gqeberha, a low of 18 and a high of 25 can be expected. Some rain for George, 15's your low, 26 your high. Cape Town 17 with a high of 25. Sunny in Worcester 15 with a high of 33. Sutherland 11 with a high of 29. And Uppington 21's your low, 36 degrees Celsius. That is your high for today. Well, that's where we leave your weather for now. We'll have another update in an hour.
Pretty good start, yeah?
A little parched.
You feeling parched?
I'm a little parched, man. It's going to be a busy morning. We're going to need to refresh ourselves, of course. That is the Culinary hotline. Bling!
Ting, ting, ting!
Yeah, that's on about a 2. We'll get to a 10 by the end of this morning, I promise you. But we cannot wait to have your involvement. 063 408 8863. Give us a shout. Let us know if there are any conundrums that you're trying to wrap your head around. We'll help you out. And we're going to be making an authentic bacon crumpet this morning. Absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for this. And then we're going to rock out.
Are they crumpets or are they, what's the other word again?
Pancakes.
Pancakes or crumpets. What's the difference?
I think it depends what country you're in. So we know a pancake to be a crepe, but I think in America, crepe Suzette. I don't know. I think the thin is the pancake, the fat is the crumpet, yeah?
That kind of makes sense to me.
Hopefully we haven't divided the country. And then, of course, we've got the Jackhammer band is here to rock us into a Wednesday morning. Can't wait. Cheers, dude.
And to you. Here's to the month of love.
Just to crumpets and crepes.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Time for an emotional journey through almost the history of rock in this country. And I say emotional because it centers on a very particular journey of this band. Second chapter is where they find themselves now, a brand new album from South African rockers, the Jackhammer Band. And it drops today, with the band also set to play a host of shows across Cape Town, and of course here in your feel-good studio this morning. Now, founded by musical legend Piet Botha, the band is made up of Jonathan Martin and Jake Gunn on guitars and vocals, while Paul van der Waal and Tertius du Plessis are the engine room in the rhythm section. Let's give you a little taste of what these guys are going to be giving us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Jackhammer Band! I wish we could have thousands of people in a stadium for you guys. This is it, and we love having you guys. Thank you so much for the early start. I know particularly painful for rockers. Paul, I'm going to start with you. A fantastic way to start the year, but I talk about an emotional journey, and that's where we have to start. I've got to offer our deepest condolences for the loss of Piet. How have you been able to reform, get to a point of, it feels like a very positive space of launching a new chapter? How have you been able to bring yourselves as a family, I would imagine, through this, what must be an unthinkable part of your journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Tasha, thanks, man. It has been an emotional journey. As you know, Hammer passed away in 2019. One of the last things he said during that year was to say, keep the band going. This is something that he really wanted. And we've been playing gigs, but we haven't written new music for a while. And then last year, we got a benefactor that approached us and said, you know, let's get something going. And the band really just got together and wrote a whole bunch of new tracks, all new tracks. And we released the new album today, as you know.
Jonathan, how does that feel, being back in that space? It must be different.
Look, I was one of the naysayers in the beginning.
Really?
You know, I didn't think we could pull it off without Piet. But you know, then after a while, I came around and I realized, you know, we are a family, and we've been together for 25 years as a lineup, and we actually wrote some good songs, you know, which is.
Don't sound surprised. You've been doing it for like 30 years.
Which is the main thing, you know. So yeah, I'm very proud to be part of this project, you know. And it happened so suddenly, you know, so here we are.
I feel like the music matters more now, and I probably discuss this with every artist that comes through our space. We've all been through a collective journey, but I don't think musicians realize how much you guys help us process all of our stuff. Creating this album, getting it to this point, the second chapter. What does the second chapter mean to you? What does that embody for the band?
Yeah, look, I mean, it's what you would expect. You know, the first chapter was really everything that happened in Jackhammer since the 90s. You know, when I joined the band, I think it was 95, somewhere around there. And this is really, it's a new beginning for us. It's a little bit of a different sound, but more kind of the old Jackhammer, the heavier Jackhammer sound. So there's some heavy, but there's some mellow stuff as well. We think is a fantastic album.
And we want the heavy stuff for the live, because we can be live. We have crowds again.
Yeah.
How exciting is it being back on tour, being back in the mother city, having live dates to play, having fans there, tangible to grab? How good is it to be back on stage?
No, it feels good, I tell you, and especially to have something, you know, new songs to play for the people. Yeah, that's for me, that's what it's all about. It's just, you know, Piet always used to say, publish or perish, you know. You know, you're going to just keep going, you know.
Yeah, I call it don't be shy of the ugly photograph in my industry, but I get it completely. You've got to do it.
Yeah.
For fans who have been walking this journey with you guys, how have you got it right? 30 years. You are, I think, the longest running rock band in the country. That is quite a label to share. What has been the key to that? Or is it just because you are who you are?
It pretty much is that. Because it's for individuals, for very different individuals that behave differently, like different things, and we work together. And I've been in, I've seen many bands where the clashes are what ends the band, not the music,
it's the
not the
personalities.
songs, not the songwriting. So with us, we've been a band of brothers for literally, like I said, since the 90s. So it's been a long journey, but really a good one.
Bringing 90s rock back. That's all you needed to say. The glory days, okay, for this guy. No, you are phenomenal. Thank you so much for being a part of this, or making us a part of this very brave new journey. We cannot wait to see how the second chapter is going to begin. They aren't going anywhere. 3 performances coming your way this morning. Don't move a muscle.
Oh, we just sprayed this. We are ready for our next recipe. Are you okay?
Just before the camera cut to us, Zoe just like sprayed the pan and it's like, okay, let's start.
It happens. And I told you on a Wednesday I don't pack breakfast, so we're about to show you a classic crumpet, which is the ultimate food of love, with a variety of ways to make it even better, like adding crispy bacon. But why stop there? Our classic crispy bacon crumpets with a cool hack are guaranteed to be a crowd pleaser.
Hey, not even just a crowd pleaser, maybe even a bay pleaser.
This is
if you're that way inclined, because it is February. And you know what's going on.
It's the
2
month
weeks
of
from
love.
now. Look at that. Exactly. Okay.
So we're going to start off with our pancake mixture. I have got our wet ingredients, which is our eggs. I'm adding some milk as well as a 1/4 cup of our Clover Classic Dairy Snack. And
Okay, cool.
Can you add that for me?
I will do exactly that. We need a 1/4 cup, right?
We do need a 1/4
just
cup
wanna that.
because what is amazing about our Clover Classic Dairy Snack by adding that to our pancakes mix, it really gives the pancakes the most texture that won't dry out as you cook the crumpet. I don't know, there's nothing worse than an undercooked crumpet, although, I love raw dough, so I don't complain, but there are other peoples that do.
Yeah.
But then a crumpet that's dry and you're like, I need to add
Nobody
more
likes that.
syrup or I need to add more honey just to get a little bit of something in there.
So like even after you've made these and you've let them sit for a little while, they're not necessarily going to dry out as quickly as, they
No,
would
we're
otherwise.
definitely getting those moisture-filled crumpets as we
Okey-doke.
make them.
Lovely stuff. Gonna
So
whisk
I
that
heard
up.
you and Graham talk about crumpets and the difference between pancakes. I feel like crumpets are the equivalent to flapjacks.
Okay, so
Yes.
smaller in circumference, thicker in size.
Yes.
That's a crumpet.
Yes.
Zoe, you're changing the world.
There we go.
Thank
and
you.
one of my favorites when I was training for the marathon was to treat myself after a long run
Oh, yes?
with some bacon and crumpets. Well,
Oh, really?
I call it flapjacks.
You did that?
Yes.
So that was probably like a
Go-to
good,
treat.
what do they call it?
Post-run.
Post-run carbo load type of thing, replenish your energy levels and stuff like that, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, brilliant.
So give that a good mixture, and then we are ready to fry up our crumpets.
Good. Is that going to be enough? I think that's enough.
I think we need to get rid of the flour.
Yeah.
Get a nice batter. I can always add a little bit more
Yeah, I think
of
we
the
might just need a little.
bit more moisture.
That's like a spoon. Okay.
So 'n kleintjie. Ag, anders sit ons net nog 'n bietjie van ons Clover Classic Dairy
How about it?
Snack by.
How about that? Okay, yeah.
But
'cause
you're
I
doing
think-
good.
Yeah, I
I
think
mean,
we
you
did
do want that texture.
Yes.
There's no need to add more just yet.
Okay.
See, even the heavens are deciding to bless us with some music.
I
because
went
this
a
is so
man.
good.
Look at you, Zoe. In the moment, I'm loving it.
Okay, that's
Okay.
good. Let's pop it into our pan. Now, naturally, the first one generally flops because your pan is either too hot or too cold, so we
Are we scooping out with this?
we don't take it personally.
Okay.
Are you
we
gonna scoop it?
I'm asking. Is that what we're supposed to do?
Let's just get a dollop in there.
Okay, a dollop with a hey, you. It's a load happening right now. Okay.
That's good. Here you go.
Yeah?
Use this.
Are you? Hey, Zoe. You are sure about this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You
so
might want to add maybe a bit more milk or something.
You know, this is what I'm trying to say because ours is kind of. I'm going to give it a little bit of weight here, but now
you don't
is
need
it
to.
is it a
I
stick?
promise you the crumpets will come out yummy.
Okay, wait.
Let's add
Try
another
to like go down.
dollop.
Go down. Yeah, definitely need to add a bit more liquid to it. Or perhaps, you know what we could do? Wait, Zoe. Wait. Can we just add a little bit more of our Clover Classic snack? Because that's going to give us a bit more of the liquidness as well. Let me just do
Okay.
that.
Because I was quite happy with this.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got our
Yay, sis
Kuchle
Kuchle's
bringing us
here.
more
Thank you
more.
very much. Could
Thank you, Kuchle.
You take that, Zoe.
Okay.
And go, isn't
So
it?
we're just going to add a little bit.
Okay.
Are you going to mix?
I'm gonna mix.
We want a little bit more of a runny
Yeah.
texture.
Ooh. Now you gotta work it a little bit. Okay.
Our muscles, this is Jim.
Okay, you go. I was taking care of the splatter because you're gonna be all over here. But okay. Ow, Zoe.
Push it down.
With the
you Break
technique.
it down.
Look at that. What? Okay. So see, this is something that you and Bay could get up to on Valentine's Day. You know,
Get the kids
take
involved.
Yeah, the kids as well. Let me see what's happening here with the heat. I just need to pump up the heat a little bit because I feel like we're not getting that. How are we doing? okay.
Now it's stuck.
Okay.
I'm gonna add a little bit.
Cut to that camera that you don't see. Hey.
Oh, I promised you an easy recipe.
Oh, I tell you what. Wait. I'm gonna get this off, and then the rest of this you can actually scrape onto. This is going to be a success,
what
South
this
Africa.
means?
We promise you.
They'll never put us in the kitchen together again.
No. Oh, just elbowed me in the face. What are you talking about? Okay, I think we're getting there.
Okay.
We're gonna get at least one successful one. I promise you. Come.
Okay, wait.
Okay, I think that's
We
good.
need to finish up. Okay,
That's
I think
looking
that's
good.
good. Can you
Okay,
give
you're
that a scoop?
I'm gonna scoop one.
Give it a
And,
good scoop.
Here we go. Oh, look at that. This is what you're looking for. And the recipe, of course, you can find on our website, expressoshow.com. There we go. Look at that.
Fantastic.
You see, it just takes time, patience, all the good stuff.
And then you obviously, I normally serve it with bacon, but this is where we're adding the difference. You add the bacon to your mixture.
Oh, look at, don't add it to them. That's not a good
There's
one.
nothing wrong with that.
And then it'll turn out like that, right?
Yes.
And once it has done that, then you're obviously going to decorate with a dollop of some of your beautiful syrup.
You can do some maple syrup, you can do normal syrup, a bit of honey.
I think it needs more. Do you go with more or less syrup when you're decorating yours?
I go with whatever. Sometimes, if the crumpets are a bit dry, but these shouldn't be, you just simply add a bit more.
Okay, I'm gonna just let this be. Actually, you know what?
There we
Let them
go.
drop from a height. Give them a bit more of this beautiful.
So, Katlego, this is your beautiful crumpet.
Hey, now, look at that. Oh, that's a beautiful toast.
That is a beautiful one.
Lovely golden. Okay,
more
fantastic. Well done.
There we go.
All right, we'll see you after the break.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover. Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
As your natural journey unfolds, let our products naturally assist you. Salome, your journey matters. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Welcome back, you beauties. This is your feel-good kickstart to your day. And on the feel-good topic, your body is a temple if you treat it as one. And Salome and Life Day Spa Cape Town are giving you the chance to do exactly that by winning a spa day to the value of 2,500 Rand. And all you had to do was tell us how long your PMS symptoms usually last. And we had a lot of entries for this one, understandably. And we are very excited to announce our winner.
Absolutely. Let's roll that drum for our winner announcement. Congratulations to Bernadette Box. Come on! Bernadette! So Bernadette had this to say, hey all, my PMS starts 3 days before my period. It's a mixture of everything from severe cramps to a total scary mood happening, but I managed to survive every month. Hashtag Salome Summer.
Girl, Bernadette, you are not alone. You have us in your corner. And of course, you now have a spa day to look forward to. I'm hoping we've got Bernadette on the line right now. Bernadette, good morning. How are you?
Morning, good. I'm fine, and yourself?
Ah, fantastic. Awesome. Congratulations on winning. How does it feel to be a winner this early in the year at the start of a brand new day with Salome and Life Day Spa?
I'm still trying to get the grip with all this winning things. We are fighting the house. Who am I taking with? Who's my bestie? So, yeah, I'm still trying to consume all this.
Brilliant. Good. And you better be discerning when you take that very special person with you. People can sign up and motivate why they deserve a chance to go with you. Now, I love the fact that you opened up and shared with us. We've been on this incredible journey with Salome. And I've got to ask you, a critical point I think that's come through this conversation with us is self-care during this critical time for you. How important is self-care during your PMS? You've given us some of the symptoms that you have to deal with. How important is taking care of yourself properly?
It's very important because if I don't take care of myself, it affects my everyday life. Yeah. So it's quite really important to me to just to relax, try to deal with it, and make every day like it's becoming normal for me. So I'm just trying to relax through all of it.
Hopefully this prize helps you to relax even more and enjoy yourself.
Definitely.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations to you, Bernadette. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for entering the competition.
I really appreciate that.
Oh, we missed that. She gave us the secrets to the universe right there. We missed it. Bernadette, enjoy selecting the person you're going to take with you for that amazing spa day treatment. And if you would like to do the same, this is how.
Absolutely. You can stand a chance to win a spa day for yourself and your bestie or your partner to the value of 2,500 Rand per couple. So courtesy of Salome and Life Day Spa Cape Town. And here's how you enter.
Heal and rejuvenate with the Salome Natural Herbal approach to treating the symptoms of PMS, as you stand a chance to win a spa day for yourself and your bestie or partner to the value of 2,500 Rand per couple, courtesy of Salome and Life Day Spa Cape Town. A spa day must be won each day from 30 January to 10 February, so simply reply to the daily competition question on Expresso's Facebook and Twitter pages using hashtag Salome Summer. You know you deserve some spoiling. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Well, listen, looking after yourself includes a little bit of adding some fitness. Now, also, by adding simply a resistance band to your workout routine is the ultimate free, it is really a fantastic way to start off, testing out the muscle groups and really just to get it burning. And it is a great way to just make your normal workout routine a little bit easier. And using these elastic or fabric bands, or just simply adding a bit of tension tension or resistance during exercises make it more difficult to do the movements and engages more muscles, which helps to build strength and stability. Well, here to take us through some of these exercises is fitness coach and ultra marathon athlete Culman Valentino. I love a good resistance band workout, or simply just adding a resistance band to my normal workout just to push the workout a little bit.
I know, right? I love them. They create a nice burn without using like heavy weights, especially if you're not into heavy weights, especially if you have one of these babies lying around at home. Do you have one of these babies at home?
I do have quite a few in different resistance strengths, so I believe you've given me a more generous / easy one.
I have the heavy one. She has the easy one.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to go through upper body and lower body exercises with these babies.
Okay.
So we're going to start standing here, and we're going to put it around our feet for the first one here. So this exercise is great for runners here. So you just want a bit of a stretch there. And just gonna lift one knee up, bring your opposite elbow up as if you're running here. And you'll feel that hip flexor there, and you'll feel the glutes on your left side.
And there's a resistance, yes.
Resistance, yes, beautiful. And then we go over towards the other side, really pushing down into that right heel, the heel that you're balancing on. And then over towards the other side. After a while, you'll feel the front of your hips here, and you'll feel your glutes with this one.
And balance is also important, which means you need to engage the core.
You need to engage. You know, as if you're running. Just make as if you're running for this one here. You'll feel the core as well, just below the lower core here. And then if we move on to the next one, so we're going to be on our mat, sitting down, front of our mats. This one is really nice on the hamstrings, also aiming the front of the hips, the hip flexors here in the fold of the hips. So great for runners, great for athletes. If you're playing any type of sport, so you want your knees bent, heels dug into the ground there, and then slightly lift up the hips for me. And then we're going to do, as we're doing mountain climbers in reverse here, lift the knee. Feel those hamstrings lighting up?
I am feeling the hamstrings.
This is a nice way. Often we avoid the hamstrings because we focus on the quads, look nice. We focus on the calves, look nice. But we forget about that hamstring muscles. 3 muscles at the back of your legs there, just below the glutes. There we go, beautiful. And you also get an added benefit of really engaging the glutes here and engaging the core here as well.
Fantastic.
There we go. I'll let you out of that one, I can see.
Thank you.
It's quite a heavy one. For the next one, we're gonna sit down on our chairs here. So we're gonna do a bicep curl.
Okay.
Did you ever think you'd do a bicep curl with these?
Not with a resistance band.
There we go. We put it around the left or right, whichever side you want to do that on the foot. And then you put your elbow on the inside of that knee for me. Grab it with your hand. And you put your other free hand on the knee as well, and you just flex it up towards your chest there, up and down. So depending on the resistance on your band there, you want to go quite fast to create that burn. This is good after you've done like a few bicep exercises as a finisher, just to give you that extra burn. Maybe you've used a set of bicep curls with weights, and now you just want a nice burner there, and then you continue to do this. After a while, you can feel that bicep,
it's burning.
the blood flowing, yes. There we go, beautiful. And then we're going into the upper body.
Just simply adding a resistance band can change things up. It's easy to travel with, so you can just put this in your suitcase. So when you're on holiday, you perhaps don't have access to dumbbells or heavy water bottles and tin cans. This is a great alternative.
So easy. It's very inexpensive as well. It's not that expensive. You can get it in almost every sports shop as well. So we're going to go into the shoulders, into the biceps next here. We're just going to lock out those elbows, straighten out those arms, palms facing one another. We're really going to stretch it out, and we're going to pulse here. Pulse, pulse, pulse. What do you feel here, Zoe? What do you feel lighting up here?
I am feeling the shoulders.
Yes, correct. And a bit of the chest as well here as you're pushing out to the side. Bit of the chest. If you want to go in other directions, you can make it nice angle movement here and open up. There we go.
So if we change up the angle, which muscle groups should
So you'll
we be
feel
feeling?
it still in the shoulders and still in the chest, but hitting more of that top deltoid here. The top deltoid on top of the shoulder, because you're opening up, especially that top arm, you're opening up towards the top. So the top deltoid is right on top of the shoulder of the front, the top, and the rear deltoid and the shoulders there.
Amazing.
Open
Well,
up.
Coleman, it's so great to have you here. Thank you
Beautiful.
for showing us how simply adding a resistance band to your workout can make a huge difference. Give me a high
There we
five.
go.
There we go. Hopefully you at home also got to enjoy this amazing workout that Coleman Valentino showed us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
I'm such a champ right now.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Hey, happy Wednesday and welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso on S3. Now, Woolies is obsessed with quality and flavor, and they've spent years coming up with innovative ways to ensure that they provide us with the most flavorful fruit cultivars. Now, specialist technologist from Woolworths Food, Colin van den Heuvel, is here to tell us a bit more about their flavorful stone fruits that you can find in store. And I was thinking, we were actually just chatting now during the break, van den Heuvel, quite an appropriate name for a man in your position, because it feels like you have to go over mountains and hills to find these beautiful fruits.
Absolutely.
Great to have you with us this morning, Colin.
Good. No.
So let's quickly define, for those that don't know, right, a stone fruit. What exactly qualifies a fruit as a stone fruit?
So for all intents and purposes, for us, a stone fruit is a nectarine. It's also a nectarine, a peach, also a peach, a plum, and then apricots, which we haven't got here. And then strangely enough, cherries, which people see as a berry, is actually also a stone fruit. So it's anything that's got a stone inside it.
All right, so the seed takes the form of what would be a very, very hard seed or a stone in that way. So when it comes to making sure that you have the very best, and especially in quality and in flavor, that's something of an obsession for you, as I said earlier on. Right? Yeah. How do you and your team go about sourcing the right kinds of fruit to make sure that your customers receive the very best?
Yeah. So let's talk about nectarines. Within nectarines, there's different types. You can see there's white flesh, yellow flesh, and within that, there's different varieties which ripen at different times of the year, and each tastes different. And so a farmer would typically have 10, 20 varieties throughout the season, and we work very, very closely with our growers and our suppliers, and we would visit them almost every week. We would taste what they've got on offer for that particular week. We would say, listen, export that, it doesn't really taste all that great, but this is what we want for Woolworths, this is what we want, this variety for Woolworths, and then they would pack and ripen that for us for the next week. So every week we on it, what varieties we want, from which farm, so very much on it.
Educate me a little bit. You spoke about white nectarine and yellow nectarine. Other than the obvious color, what is the other differences between the two?
So a white flesh nectarine in South Africa, there's different taste profiles. So if you taste that, it's very, very sweet. It hasn't got a lot of acid, and all white flesh nectarines, almost white, all white flesh nectarines in South Africa have got that flavor profile. Low sugar, low acid, high sugar. Whereas yellow flesh, there's a bit of a mix and match of it. And one of the things that we've done is we know South Africans love this flavor profile, and so we've gone out and tried to find with our growers varieties of yellow flesh that eat like that. But strangely, in a yellow flesh nectarine, you'd get the low acid and the high sugar, but you also get a flavor like mango flavors and tropical flavors, which you don't necessarily get over there. So we've now launched this, what we call sub-acid varieties, which is now almost 90% fully available in our stores at the moment. So really the same eating quality, but much better flavor in the yellow flesh.
Now, you were telling me earlier on, which completely fascinated me, some of the innovations that you employ within your department to ensure that we get something new, something innovative, if you will. And this over here is exactly that. Tell me about this. Firstly, what is it called again?
This is called a nectar cot.
A nectar gold. Nectar gold. Nectar gold. What makes it unique and innovative?
Yes. So this is a proudly South African bred variety. So what they've done is they've taken a yellow cling, which is traditionally used in canning. They've taken a nectarine, they've crossed it, so it's a bit of nectarine, a bit of yellow peach.
Yes.
And they've come up with a yellow skinned nectarine.
So you kind of get like, the skin is that of the nectarine.
No, the skin of this.
I mean, in terms of the feel.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
The color is that.
Yes.
And then the texture is a little bit of that. And a little bit of that. May I taste it?
Yes, of course you can. It's lovely and sweet. It's nice and firm. It reminds you of a yellow cling peach, but people often are a bit allergic to the fur or the fluff on a peach, and that's ideal for them.
That's absolutely stunning. So you say this is uniquely South African?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I've never seen these before. What are these called?
So these are what we call donut peaches. So if you have a look, I don't know if it's easy on the camera, or you can see there, it's a flat peach, a very, very small pip. And the whole point of it, and it's very big in Europe, the whole point of it is it's easy to snack on. So if you take a peach like this, so instead of it being big and messy when you eat it, and it's ideal for lunch boxes as well.
Yeah, because it packs easier.
You eat it like you would maybe a donut, and you've left with a very, very small pip at the end. All of these that are in Woolworths are white flesh, so you can see over here, white flesh, same flavor profile as that. And we're now working with our grower on bringing in nectarines in this shape as well. Take a couple of years still, but we're on our way with that.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Which one is your favorite of all of these?
I like those. They're brilliant.
Yeah. So over there,
yes,
we have these little cherry-looking stone fruit. What are those? I'm just tasting everything that is.
So just like this is a combination of a yellow cling and a nectarine, this is a combination of a plum and a cherry. So that's where its size comes from. That's a typical size of it. It's called a cherry plum. If you look at the inside, it looks like a plum, but it's got the size of a cherry. And these are exclusive to Woolworths. They're grown in the Cape. One of the farms is the famous Boschendal farm where it's grown on.
Wow.
Also lovely and sweet. Ideal again for snacking. So this you can put almost the whole thing in your mouth and eat it.
Yes.
Again, ideal for lunch boxes. And we're finding tremendous traction with that. Customers love it. So, yeah.
I wonder from the process of like you sitting there with your team and you conceptualize, okay, these two would combine well. Then it's got to go somewhere where it gets cross-pollinated.
Yeah.
Then at some point it has to get planted and then grown and in ideal circumstances, and then finally the fruit comes out. Yeah. How long does that process take?
It's long. It's long. So listen, I'm not going to take credit for breeding this stuff.
We
go to breeders and they show us what they've got. But from bringing in a variety into South Africa, it goes through quarantine, it goes through a testing phase, it then gets planted out. It can be 10 years, you know. It's a very long process.
Yeah, and the end result is absolutely delicious. Yeah. So you were saying that this is your favorite among South Africans. What do we like the most? What are South Africans?
Nectarines. Up until now, it's been that, but with the introduction of this better flavored nectarine, we're seeing tremendous growth in this to a point that they're pretty much equal.
Oh, it's the juiciness for me.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, Colin, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Fantastic work that you've done. Woolworths, of course, pick their farmers. Whoa! No, don't do that! I chop you! What is Oh my goodness. Woolworths pick their farmers before they pick their fruit, ensuring that the farmers are as obsessed with quality as they are. So shop Stone Fruit and Woolworths' iconic and exclusive ranges in-store, online, and of course on the app. Clem, I'm coming for you.
Oh my goodness, a lot of action in the kitchen today.
I love it. A cherry plum. We're going to see like a lychee pineapple soon. It's amazing. I feel like we've looked inside the matrix. That was superb. So honouring this amazing fruit, the stone fruit, which clearly we as a country absolutely adore. We put it to you guys this morning. How do you like them? What is your favourite and what do you use them for? And of course, we are using our WhatsApp line 063-408-8863 and all the socials.
Well, let's take a look at, in fact, do we have a voice note that we would love to listen to? Let's say hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Team Expresso. It's Natalie Daniels here from Fit Mom. So for me, when I saw the question about the fruit, I immediately thought of that song that says mango. I think it's an Oris ad or something. So yes, for me, definitely it's the mango. No tip, no trick, no recipe from my side. Literally washing it off, eating it with the peel, with the skin on. Or if you want to add a bit of a funk and a kick, gooi yourself some masala, some spiciness to get yourself going. So my vote goes to mango.
Mango. Fit Mom,
goes.
We love you, and if it gets the Fit Mom stamp of approval, it's a good one.
Thank you for that, Natalie. Well, we have another one coming through from Jocelyn. Good morning.
A really good morning to my Expresso family. Yes, my favorite stone fruit would be peaches and apricots, and I'd like the stewed ones. Stewed peaches and apricots with custard. Thank you, chocolate avocados pie.
Oh, it's an old classic favorite, stewed with a little bit of custard. Absolutely delicious. We love it. Please keep that inspiration coming. If you're looking for a new way to use stone fruit in a recipe, I was joking about most of it being in desserts and cakes and those sorts of things. Chef Clem has had another crazy dream and something has come to him. You have to see this one. I'm just going to give you one clue. Habanero and nectarines somehow in a savory dish.
Sure. Okay.
The culinary hotline bling happens after this.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, it's all going down. The Jackhammer band is ready to rock out this morning, and we're going to create something that I guarantee you've never seen before, combining habanero peppers and stone fruit. And the culinary hotline, bling, ting, ting, ting. But that's on the way after the news with Kat.
Well, just about 3 minutes before 7 o'clock, let's take a look at the news headlines this morning. On the national news front, Stage 5 rolling blackouts were implemented from 12 p.m. yesterday until 9 p.m. last night. Stage 6 rolling blackout is now presently in force until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Eskom says of late, 6 generating units have suffered a breakdown. Meanwhile, Premier Zamani Saul of the Northern Cape says that the government should treat the electricity crisis as the highest priority. He says that the ongoing power problems hinder the operations of mines nationwide, and mining is a core element of the Northern Cape's economy. Now, and more bad news for consumers out there is that as from midnight last night, motorists are paying more at the pumps. The Department of Minerals, Resources and Energy says has increased the price of fuel by 28 cents a litre for all grades of petrol. Diesel's cost has increased by 9.1 cents per litre. Department spokesperson Robert Make says the increases would have been worse had it not been for the rand appreciating during the period under review. Meanwhile, the trade union COSATU has lashed out at the government for failing to cushion the rising cost of living for South Africans. On the international news front this morning, the death toll has risen to 100 after a mosque suicide bombing which targeted policemen in the city of Peshawar in Pakistan. The mosque is in a high security zone and an investigation is underway as to how the bomber gained entry. The attack, one of Pakistan's bloodiest in years, has left some 150 people injured. A Pakistani Taliban claimed to have carried out the bombing and was later denied by the militant group, and they laid a blame at the door of a splinter faction. Now, the number of endangered rhinos poached in Namibia last year was the highest on record and almost twice as many as the year before. 87 rhinos were butchered compared to 45 in 2021. The majority were poached in Etosha, Namibia's largest national park. Now, rhino numbers in Africa have dropped significantly in recent decades due to the demand for rhino horn in China and Vietnam. Poachers killed 61 black and 26 white rhinos, mainly in Etosha. However, elephant poaching in Namibia has declined from a high of 101 in 2015 to 4 last year. And finally, the late rock and roll legend Elvis Presley's ex-wife Priscilla has filed a legal challenge to the validity of their late daughter's will. Lisa Marie Presley, their only child, passed away a fortnight ago, aged 54. The court petition disputes a 2016 amendment to Lisa Marie's will that ousted Priscilla as the estate trustee. The document misspells her mother's name and has a signature that appears unusual, Priscilla's lawyer argues. Now, lawyers for the 77-year-old Priscilla said that she only became aware of the purported 2016 amendment after Lisa Marie's passing. Replacing her as trustee would mean she would not oversee her daughter's assets. Now, it's not clear how much that estate is worth, but various lawsuits in recent years suggest Lisa Marie's finances were in turmoil. Lisa Marie's cause of death has not yet been revealed by the Los Angeles County coroner. Well, that's it for the news at 7 o'clock. We'll take a final look at 8 o'clock. Right now, here's another look at the world of sports, and Graham has the latest.
Thank you so much for that update, Kat. Quite an emotional run throughout our sport this morning. In fact, sad news for all-rounder and regular skipper on the women's cricket side, as Danae van Niekerk has been deemed unfit, as CSA have named the Proteas women's squad for the next week's T20 Women's World Cup, of course taking place here on South African soil. So the Proteas women will be captained by all-rounder Sine Lewis, with van Niekerk ruled out of the global showpiece due to not meeting the minimum criteria. She must be absolutely gutted, but we do see stalwarts such as Marizanne Kapp, Ayabonga Kaka and Shabnim Ismail all in the fold. South Africa open their tournament account against Sri Lanka on the 10th of February. Then they'll be up against Australia, New Zealand and Bangladesh in a pretty tough group. Then on to rugby and more accolades for the big man. Springbok centurion Eben Etzebeth has been now voted as SA Rugby's Player of the Year for 2022. Definitely warranted following a string of excellent performances by the experienced lot last last year. The 31-year-old was immense in 2022 and became only the 7th Springbok to earn his 100th cap in the process. Then young Caden Moody also had a breakout year, won the Young Player of the Year award, and Nadine Roos was named Springbok Women's Player of the Year. Well done, Nadine. And JC Pretorius won the award for Springbok 7th Player of the Year, while John Dobson was named Coach of the Year, all thoroughly deserved, so congratulations all round. Then a continued saga in tennis off the courts, though. This time, the ATP will not take any further action against former world number 2 ranked Alexander Zverev, following allegations of domestic abuse against the German player. Now, in October of 2021, the ATP had launched an investigation into allegations leveled by his ex-girlfriend, Olga Sharapova, who said in a magazine interview that Zverev was emotionally and physically abusive to her during their relationship. Now, Zverev has consistently denied all the allegations. Then the end of a glittering era on the track and road, as road running legend Mo Farah is preparing to say an emotional London Marathon goodbye to his home support after confirming his participation in April's race. So the full-time Olympic champion expects 2023 to be his final year of racing before retirement, but he is unsure at this stage if the marathon will be his last competitive event. We hope not, saying that he will take it one race at a time, which means we will savor every mile that he runs. But that's where we leave our sports bulletin for now. Of course, you're about to head off to work, so let's get you there safely. Let's get the latest on the traffic front.
Thank you, Graham. Let's start off with traffic in Pietermaritzburg in KwaZulu-Natal. A truck lost its load on the N3 to Pietermaritzburg before Hammersdale interchange. Now the road is closed. Expect heavy delays this morning. Then in Midrand, Johannesburg, there's been an accident on the R21 northbound before Olifantsfontein. Both lanes, left lanes rather, are closed. Traffic is queuing all the way to Babsfontein. Then in Shoshanguve, Pretoria, if you are traveling in that direction, there's an accident on Mapopane Highway before the N4, and that's causing heavy delays this morning. Please use an alternative route. Well, that's your traffic. Let's take another look at your weather. And fiction and non-fiction writers alike have long imagined life on Mars. Well, now NASA scientists have spotted what they say looks like a grizzly bear on the red planet. The quirky image was captured by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter from a height of 156 miles. That's about 251 kilometers. Now, the spacecraft used its so-called high-rise camera, which is the most powerful ever sent to another planet, and a quip on its website read, and I quote, "A bear on Mars? This feature looks a bit like a bear's face. What is it?" End of quote. Well, because they are smarter than the average bear, the scientists explained that the picture shows a hill with a V-shaped collapse structure at the nose, 2 craters, which is the eyes, and a circular fracture pattern, which is the head. Now, they said, and I quote, "The circular fracture pattern might be due to the setting of a deposit over a buried impact crater. Maybe the nose is a volcanic or mud vent, and the deposits could be lava or mud flows." Well, there you have it, something interesting to capture your attention. Well, bringing it back home to your Feel Good Breakfast show, let's look at those sunrise views that you share with us for your 7 a.m. update. Wendy is kicking us off with this tangerine horizon glowing all the way from midstream. Desiree shared this photo of the sun peeking through after the heavy rainfall in Pietermaritzburg. And then Irene sent through this spectacular view from her front door, catching the first touch of the sun. Absolutely beautiful. And finally, we have Verity Barnes from Riebeek West, who shared this view of the scattered clouds in the sky. If you have a sunrise view, please share it with us on 063-408-8863. Let's get into today's temperatures. Starting off in Polokwane, your low is 17, your high is 25. Mpumbela, your low is 18, your high 24. Pretoria, 16-25. Johannesburg, 15-22. Thunder showers in Mahikeng, 19 is your low, low, 26 your high. Klerksdorp 17 with a high of 27. Kimberley 18 reaching a high of 30. Bloemfontein 15, 29. Richards Bay 23 is your low, 31 your high. Pietermaritzburg 18, 31. Durban 24 reaching a high of 31. Mthatha 17 with a high of 32. East London 21 reaching a high of 32. Cradock 14 with a high of 34. If you're in Gqeberha, your low is 18, your high 25. George 15 with a high of 26. Cape Town 17, 25. If you're in Worcester, 15 is your low, 33 your high. Sutherland 11, 29. And Uppington, a low of 21 with a high of 36 degrees Celsius. We'll have another final update for you at 8 o'clock, but if you have a sunrise view to share with us, please do so on WhatsApp.
Good morning, South Africa. My name's Clem Pedro, and this is officially the Stone Fruit edition of the Culinary Hotline Bling! Ding, ding, ding! I am so honored to have a very special chef in the kitchen today. He is such a special, dear friend of mine.
Is he here already?
He's here. And it's G, everyone. It's G. G and I are in the kitchen today, and we're going to be cooking up a storm. Everything's stone fruit, G. I'm so excited.
I had no idea. I feel like that actress in the crazy movie where she discovers like the secrets of the universe uncovered, and that moment. I cannot believe we have a cherry plum. I cannot believe that we have gotten this far with our stone fruit. That being said, though, everyone that we have spoken to has spoken about desserts, about baking, about sweet.
But it lends itself so well to savory dishes. It's that sweet, almost tropical, nectary flavor of stone fruit that just goes perfectly with ingredients like...
Contact. Jodie Foster in Contact.
Jodie Foster in Contact.
There we
are. Check it out. G was actually one of the extras in the movie. Check it out. In the 46 minutes, look for it in the background.
I'm terrified of a habanero because I've cooked with him before and didn't wash my hands properly afterwards, and my eyes.
Your eyes and everything else. Be careful when you're done eating habaneros or chopping habaneros, wash your hands. Or even a little bit of lemon juice and then wash your hands. And then to get that capsaicin off your fingers, it's definitely... I want to explain to our viewers as well the heat of habaneros. So let's talk about jalapenos, but I want you to give me like almost like a little vocal, pitch. Okay? Habaneros? No. Jalapenos. Give me like a serrano pepper. Give me a habanero. That's it. That's it.
A ghost chili is that? Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, done.
There we go.
So, stone fruit, absolutely delicious. Love the flavors of peppers, herbs like coriander we're using today. And again, sounds weird, but garlic. Yes. It just elevates the stone fruit flavor. So first thing we're going to do is we got our Flavor Burst Yellow Flesh Nectarines, your side already. I've taken the stones out for you.
Which we learned a little bit earlier, have a slightly higher acidity, not quite as sweet, which is perfect, again, for a savory dish.
Absolutely.
But you're still going to get the sweetness.
You're going to get the sweetness, especially because we're going to be roasting them. So it's going to be intensifying the flavor of the stone fruit.
The caramelization. What do you need in terms of shape?
You've got 3 halves in front of you, so you're going to ask you to halve those halves.
Halve the halves.
Halve the halves. And you're going to add it to the bowl that you've also got there.
How perfect is this fruit right now?
They slice so beautifully. Woo. They taste so amazing, but you got to handle with care.
Yeah.
You know that song, Natasha Bedingfield?
Absolutely.
I bruise easily?
Yeah.
Yes. Be gentle with them, but I almost feel like I want to wear those white gloves. Have you ever seen like when sometimes they handle the precious fruit with the white gloves?
Yeah, when they take out the World Cup, you've got to have the special gloves.
Yes,
okay.
It's so precious, so beautiful. Red onion joins the mix.
And you know the boss is here. If we want to order the gloves, we can order them now, eh?
Oh, yes. I would like some, but I want my left hand to be like bedazzled like Michael Jackson. Just this hand. So red onion goes into the bowl.
Am I slicing it up or
yes.
same size?
It doesn't have to be too fine because it's in a roast. It's going to become nice and soft. The onion's going to do all the work. The oven's going to do all the work for us. Then you've got your habanero. Here's the thing, right? Add the whole habanero.
Okay.
You're going to add so much other ingredients to it. You're going to kind of take the flavor down, the intensity down. But if you are working with people that don't really like that heat, halve it.
Okay.
Also, empty the seeds. Just like even a little tick.
Okay, so that mitigates it a little bit. Okay, beautiful.
Olive oil, salt and pepper on your baking tray. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it comes out. It smells, while this is roasting, your brain's doing amazing things, okay? It smells the onion, of course, but then it also gets like this like sweet nectar scent perfuming the whole entire house. It's gonna smell amazing. They should look beautiful like this. You want little charry bits. You want your onion to also get like little crispy, like almost when it goes papery.
A little bit of a char, okay, cool.
That adds flavor. You want that. So, into your blender.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're gonna blitz it all up.
Now I'm beginning to understand, because when I walked in here, I was hit in the face by the smell of that chicken. It is so pungent, so aromatic. Now I understand why. We're literally fusing everything together.
Everything. Get that in there. To that, we're gonna add a little bit of red wine vinegar. That's gonna almost just allow all the flavors to play on another level. And it's gonna come together. It's also the liquid that's gonna make that paste.
It's gonna bind it, cool.
To that, we're gonna add our habaneros. Just joking, no.
You know, my ears started sweating there. I don't know if you've ever had an ear sweat, yeah.
Three garlic cloves. Again, you can go 4 because it's gonna roast. The intensity is gonna get cooked out. You're not gonna have that strong garlic punch. It's gonna be a garlic hum.
Okay, and that's a cool life hack here, is if you want to take a bit of the intensity out of a chili, out of a garlic, out of an onion, roast it.
Roast it.
Mellows it. It develops the flavor, but it kind of changes it, mellows it out a little bit.
Absolutely. Coriander went in, smoked paprika.
Nice.
Again, smoky flavors and nectarines.
Yes.
And any stone fruit, love it. Salt and pepper.
Did this one come to you in a dream? Because it's starting to feel like this came to you in one crazy dream, the dream that I was in.
It came to me from my dad.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely, he does a version of this. We also uses mangoes, absolutely amazing. It's my dad's birthday, yes, wow! Happy
Papa
birthday,
Pedro,
Dad!
Happy birthday, big man. We love
you.
Okay, well, this is dubbed the Pedro chicken, that's it.
Yes.
We are officially.
The Pedro chicken. You like my chicken? Come down to Pedro chicken. No, okay, give that a blend. Blender's gonna do everything for you.
Whoa.
I'll butterfly the chicken.
Okay.
When you roast the chicken, butterfly it.
Always.
More surface area, cooks a lot quicker, gets more contact with the direct heat, you get better crispiness, but we obviously not looking for the crispiness, we're looking for the charriness, that's what we want. Okay. So, chicken, butterflied, you can see salt and pepper on there. You want to season your meat before the time.
So you could bang this guy on the braai, if you wanted to.
You know, it's not that you can. You should.
You should.
You should. Again.
I'm thinking the smokiness is going to just feed into this beautiful profile, man.
Give that a whiff.
What is it even?
What even is that?
You've
it's
just
delicious.
Short-circuited my brain. It's trying to figure out, is this sweet? Is it salty? Is it acidic?
Wow,
get that on. A punch,
get that onto your roasting tray. And absolutely, the longer this marinade sits on the chicken, the better it's going to get. It's going to tenderize the chicken as well. Super juicy. And then what's going to happen is, when you do this on the braai, cook it on indirect heat. Okay, so move all your coals to the one side, chicken on the other side, and just as the chicken's done, pop it on the hot side, get that.
Let the braai
I want you to taste this, not now, a little later. I want you to taste all 3 of our recipes, your mind.
Yeah, no, I have a feeling my olfactory senses are already kind of completely broken. I have a feeling my mind is going to be blown today. I'm going to suggest get that marinade into every nook and cranny, get it under the skin, because this is going to be a flavor you have never tasted before. The Pedro chicken, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. If you've got any more questions to ask this genius about stone fruit, we've got the A-team in studio today. I'm not talking about us, but of course Clem and the Woolies team here to demystify everything about stone fruit. 063-408-8863. That is the WhatsApp line to use. Phew, I'm sweating and I'm just looking at it, bro. Ooh. Ooh. Beautiful.
what's that?
This is Octifex, a new accessible platform to trade Forex on global markets.
Cool. What's the Forex?
It's short for foreign exchange, trading currencies.
Buy low, sell high. Score points, right?
Exactly.
What's leverage?
It's like you got cool friends. They vouch for you, and you can trade it big.
Precisely.
So basically it's an app where you learn and trade, and it's safe, and it looks good.
That about sums it up here. Octifex, trading made clear.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3, and nothing classifies a room as unique and exceptional like a work of art. Not only does it personalize a space and invite conversation, it also emboldens the artists who dedicate their time and creativity to bringing their ideas to life. Keithan Kupu and Abdus Salam are two of those artists who will feature their work proudly at this year's Investec Cape Town Art Fair, and they join us today to chat about what compels them to create. To the two of you, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Zoe. Thank you.
I believe you two actually met today for the first time. You don't know each other previously, so I thought this is a great opportunity for us to get to know each other a bit better. Abdus, let's start off with you. You're a self-taught artist in terms of discovering your passion. When did you realize, you know what, art is for me?
I was actually born on I was raised on a farm in Riversdale, and I spent most of my time out in nature and painting and playing with the clay by the pond where I spent most of my time. And then after that I went to Waldorf School in Cape Town and Waldorf School in California, and then I pursued music for about 3 or 4 years in California, and then moved back to Cape Town and pursued visual arts. So I really feel as though I've been a visual artist and a musical artist my whole life, and I will continue to do so. But I think the first time that it was really justified was when I had my sold-out solo booth at the art fair last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is incredible. And how did that feel when you had your first sold out at the
It
art
was amazing. It was amazing. The art fair is really like a staple in the Cape Town, or really in the African art community. It's really the biggest event. The things that happened around Cape Town and around the entire event is just, yeah, it's such a big party, and so many amazing galleries come from all over the world, and it's, yeah.
That's incredible. Oh, amazing. And Keithan, I love what you are wearing. Your style is bold, and you've recently completed, or you studied at UCT, finishing your Bachelor's of Arts and History. Yes. And when did you decide, you know what, art is the direction I'm going to take my career in?
Probably only in the past 2 years. I initially actually kind of avoided taking on a career in physical art practice making or visual arts. So straight after university, I worked at the Side Smoker as the assistant curator for costume and fashion. I was there for 2.5 years, and in that time, I really got to know the art community in Cape Town and South Africa by a larger degree very well. But I was always kind of on the penumbra and on the outskirts of the actual physical making. But I have had a jewelry practice for the past 5 years, and that kind of was my segue into making larger scale sculptural works, which is what I produce now today.
That is fantastic. I mean, you've brought one of your pieces along.
Yes,
Talk me through it.
Okay, so this is a handbag that I actually made for one of my friends for his birthday. So the text, which says "You are my favorite shade of blue," is just a kind of homage to his use of blue in his work. He's also an art practitioner. At the moment, I'm kind of working with 2 very specific forms in my sculptures. So they are handbags and vases. Okay. And this particular handbag is kind of the standard design in the likeness of an Hermes Kelly bag. So looking at luxury, looking at accessibility, and I mean the clay kind of facilitates a conversation about mythology overall.
Definitely so many meanings to it. It's beautiful, and I love that quote.
Thank
You're my
you.
favorite shade of blue.
Yeah.
Now, I know everyone puts their unique touch on their artwork. Abdus, what is it for you? What makes your style of art or anything that you produce that much different?
In my practice, I really use light, contrast, and color in order to create this joyous, calm, uplifting sensation in the viewer. For the most part, my work is a synergy of mysticism and spirituality and natural beauty. So I'm very much inspired by the natural forms of trees and mountains and rivers and what makes this world as beautiful as it is, and also the things that are within us that make us as beautiful as we can be.
So if you connect a lot with nature, is that where you go and find your inspiration, or how would you say you
not
get
only
most
my
of your
inspiration,
inspiration?
but also my materials. Many of my paintings are actually made from foraged stones and natural materials. And then one of my other works is of a tree ring where I go into the forests and I find trees that have been cut down. I trace the trunk of the tree and I sort of allow that form to live on. So it's about what we leave behind, and it's also about the years we spend on this planet, which actually leads to the theme of the art fair this year, which is time. So, yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, we will unpack that theme a little bit more, and of course to hear what your exhibitions will be about. But stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. We have two fantastic artists in show, but I can guarantee you as we head to the kitchen, we'll be whipping up a masterpiece.
Absolutely, you know it, Zoe. We always do. And earlier on, we showed you how to make that classic bacon crumpet, and we're coming through with even more hacks in the kitchen today. A little food for thought to inspire you to prepare some of your favorites in a different way. Now, the classic burger, it's beautiful, we love it. And chips, they literally go together and they become like a beautiful marriage. Now, you put some Be Well in there to create a waffle chip burger. See what I'm saying? We're delivering creativity and flavor in spades today. And then we top it off with some beautiful Be Well original tangy mayo and some beautiful spinach as well for that extra little kick of flavor, and of course some health as well. It's one for the books. It's going to be this is
special.
next level.
Like they took all the recipes today, put them in a jar, shook them up like this, and then just took out and like, okay, we're going to pair this with this. Can you make a waffle out of a burger? Okay, but we can.
Can you make a waffle out of a chip burger? Can you make a chip out of a waffle burger? Can you waffle a chip burger?
Can we waffle? Yes, we can. Oh, buddy, I love this because it's all about those budget busters, and we love a burger. Maybe you've only got a few of these things left in the house. You don't want the bread, but you still want a bit of carb action. The chip is the perfect accompaniment, but it's the combination of flavors that rocks for me.
A bit of spread to start off our waffle iron. Then, chips from frozen. You arrange them and stack them to pack out your... It is called a waffle iron,
It's
right?
a waffle iron, yeah. Look, I was warned, because I'm really impatient and I've got such a short attention span, that this is where I need to exercise restraint and patience.
You're right.
Because the chips are still frozen, so you're not going to leave, you've got to kind of slowly half defrost them as you're squeezing the iron closed, which I'm
see whether you can...
so excited to see you try it.
It's the arrangement for me. I'm trying to like stack every corner of the waffle iron.
Have you gone A-type now?
Some chippage.
It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
No,
absolutely.
I think when packing a waffle iron with chips, one needs to have an A-type personality and be quite anal about these things.
There we go.
It's looking great, bro.
Almost. There are a couple of spaces that are annoying me. There we go.
And you had a fear about adding the cheese. What was that?
The thing was, like, I thought that because we were told that it needs to cook for about 6 to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, isn't that gonna burn the cheese? Is it? No? Okay.
The cheese is ready.
Cheese is ready. Okay, so I'm nearly there.
Maybe the potato, which absorbs more heat than the sun. Maybe the potato sucks in all the heat and protects the cheese.
Tell you what, that's why this is a marriage made in heaven. They're a perfect partnership. Okay, this is looking good. So then I'm gonna top it off with some of our grated cheese.
Oh, right. Man, look at this.
Right.
And this is also cool because it's just really cool. It's like for no other reason than it's chips in a waffle iron. Come on.
You imagine making this for lunch for the family when they come back from work or school.
Oh, The pleasure, the enjoyment, the surprise.
Yes.
Okay,
What is that, Dad?
there are some traditional elements here, i.e. the burger patty itself. This way we can be traditional, or you can go any route you like with your flavor profile. You know what you dig. So we've got our beautiful ground mince here. We've got some breadcrumbs going in. We've got some chopped onion. We've got some coriander powder.
Quick question. I had a debate with someone about this the other day. Are breadcrumbs necessary when it comes to making a burger patty? Like, are they a standard ingredient?
I think this is one of those that splits. I mean, there are so many other options available now that I think you can probably find a replacement, but I've met some purists who say, like, no, but meat and fat is what a burger is. Others will add all sorts of things, egg and breadcrumb and all binding agents and things. Hey, if it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, I suppose. Is the
And
tip.
now, for the moment I've been waiting.
I've been waiting. Go for it.
Listen to the sound. For some ASMR, let that. Gotta apply some force.
Okay, and restraint. Nice. You can. Whoop. You are pushing that waffle iron to its limits, my friend.
Okay.
You did that just like a student would do that. Okay, so we've blended all of our beautiful mince together. Is it holding?
I'm looking at the chips that are peeling off on the side. I'm like, did I stack this correctly? It looks good.
It looks great, dude. It looks fantastic.
Great.
Okay, so we've got our Be Well canola cooking spray, which is great because it has a really high smoking point.
Yep.
That's why we love it.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of spray.
That's a lot.
But
that's an unnecessary amount of spray.
Listen, it's the hero, Bruce. All right, so then we're going to add our burger patties. And one suggestion would be to shape the burger patty in the shape of the waffle iron, I suppose.
That works. Absolutely. And while you add it, of course, the original tangy mayonnaise, the Be Well original tangy mayonnaise, will leave your taste buds begging for more with its traditional tangy flavor, and it's ideal for salads, for wraps, for sandwiches, for waffle burgers as well. The mayonnaise is naturally gluten-free, GMO and dairy and egg-free as well, making it the perfect option for those of you who are conscious eaters and are looking to go vegan, perhaps. And knowing that, you're making that the correct choice for your health as well, for your family. It's guaranteed with Be Well. And their products have the perfect ratio of omega-3 and omega-6, which assists greatly in reducing inflammation in the body as well. And for this recipe, you can, of course, also head on over to expressoshow.com to find it. So,
just for you.
How long do you leave your patties?
I prefer kind of medium with most meats. I'm not about that rare meat. For me, you've got to cook out already the fat in the meat for me to get the full flavor complement. So that's my vibe. And this is the part of the process where we would add our little slice of cheese.
And then, of course, once you've got that done, it's going to melt beautifully, look something like this. And then you are going to top it off with our beautiful Be Well mayonnaise. I'm going to give it a nice little healthy dollop on top there. Yeah. Just let it dance a little bit there.
I love it. We've got
and
some
then
jalapenos. Oh, beautiful.
Jalapenos are going to go there for a bit of extra bite. A bit of fuego.
You could put pickles on if you don't like the jalapenos.
A bit of caliente, if you will, there. And then get some of that.
Some greens.
Spinach on that as well.
Look at you. You are an artiste.
I'm inspired.
Hey?
Just, you know.
Beautiful.
What else do you want? And then you do a little leaning tower of waffle.
And why I like that is they can have just the waffle on its own if they want just to taste it. And then they can dive into that burger. Look at you. Look at you, man.
What more you want, eh? What more? You're an idiot. Why just do that? Anyway, win big with Be Well. They're giving away 150,000 Rand grand prize. And there you stand a chance to win your share of 50,000 Rand simply by purchasing your favorite Be Well product and then taking a photo of yourself and your Be Well product and then sending that picture to any of the Be Well social media platforms or to their WhatsApp line, which is 060-582-3678, along with your name and contact number, and T's and C's can then be found on the Be Well website. I can't wait for this to be done.
Me too, man. Do you think they need a little, just a little more?
No, don't. Just...
Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Happy Wednesday, happy 1st of the month. Happy lunchbox day for Zoe, because she's brought her lunchbox along because it's Culinary Day. So
I've had crumpets for breakfast. Can't wait to have my stone fruit for dessert.
Are you going to have the waffle burgers?
Oh, that was very intriguing. I'll just have a teeny bit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Just a tiny bit.
You'll be sorted for the entire day.
Definitely, definitely. I love Wednesdays at work. But with you can play daily and win your share of 500 million Rand in cash and rewards when you unlock your summer with Voda Pay.
Absolutely. Be a summer champion and use your free daily plays to unlock free airtime when you download Voda Pay and purchase a summer bundle. Free daily games with 3 free daily unlocks when you use Voda Pay. And of course, if you feel like going big, you then buy a mega unlock summer game for 5 Voda bucks each to win bigger and better rewards than those that you would have won by playing daily free games.
That's right. And you can earn more Voda bucks by completing personalized goals so that you can buy extra unlock summer and mega unlock summer games. Now, you can also use your Voda bucks to shop in the Voda Bucks store and on the My Vodacom app. How incredible is that?
Super easy. Download, play, get more Voda bucks, use the Voda bucks to buy more bundles.
Ecosystem.
Play. Yeah, there you go.
Just the more you use, the more you get.
Exactly. And remember, it is also your last chance to win a 500 Rand sorbet voucher with Vodacom. Simply reply to the competition post on our Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram page and tell us what your favorite Voda Pay features are. And of course, don't forget to #UnlockYourSummer.
And this week's competition will close at midday today, so get those entries in. There are T's and C's that can be found on our website, expressoshow.com.
We are so proud to have the Jackhammer band here in studio as they begin their second chapter with an incredible song. Listening to them soundcheck has been like hearing and watching this rock beast beginning to form. Now we're going to let it out of the cage with a brilliant performance to open their account this morning. It's easy to understand what inspired this one. Here is one for the angels. Take it away, gents. absolutely love that. Now, the rest of the archangels of rock understand Pete a little bit better after that, just a little bit better. And we understand this band just a little bit better. I cannot believe that we are privileged enough to be a part of that start of their second chapter. In fact, that's the 4th song off their brand new album. Download it now and rock out. We've got 2 more performances coming your way, gentlemen. Thank you so much. Wow. Woo!
Only you can make my day.
Mama see, Mrs. I make the pots to be done. Famous for shisa nyama and shisayo. One touch here, one touch there. Fast food and even faster payments. Everybody wins Gwa Mama see. I mean, come on, man.
I am such a champ right now.
This summer, we are not just players. We are all champions. Unlock your profits with a quicker pause and qualify for a cash advance. Further together. Vodacom.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Now, whether you express yourself via fashion, interior design, or both, Expresso has you covered. Now, we are back with Geethan Kupu and Abdus Salam, 2 inspirational local designers who are standing by to showcase their works ahead of their exhibitions at the Investec Cape Town Art Fair this month. It's taking place from the 17th to the 19th of Feb. And of course, the theme this year is the notion of time. And I think, you can touch on the past, the present, and the future. And I think I'm very intrigued to find out how the 2 of you have interpreted this year's theme. Abdus, let's start off with you.
Sure. So this year I'll be presenting 2 kinds of work. One are gemstone sculptures, and the other are my tree ring resin sculptures. And so both of them deal with time in a different way. The gemstone sculptures, of course, are literal time capsules in that they were extracted from the earth and made hundreds of millions of years ago. And so personally, my fascination with the material is just seeing all of the formations and how the colors mix into each other, and how I'm able to take this raw boulder and essentially turn it into something abstract and something that is intrinsically meaningful for whoever views it. So that time element is very much prevalent in those works. And then also the tree ring works that I make, as I said before, I trace the trunk of a tree that's been cut down to expose the tree rings.
Yeah.
And so what you're looking at is the actual formation of a tree that lived. And the work is about what we leave behind, but it's also about time, in that you're able to see every single individual tree ring. And as the tree was changed and formed over time, based on where the sun was and based on where the wind was and whether it was on a hill or not, and all of these things. And so it's also a time capsule just as much as the gemstones are.
Definitely. Now, when you work with these tree trunks, what's the oldest you would guess you've worked with?
I think that there was one that was about this big, and it must have been between 160 to 190 years old.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, time is so precious, and it's so scary how the more things change, the more they stay the same over time. Now, Geethan, I'm very intrigued with your exhibition. How did you interpret the theme, and what materials did you use?
Right, so I would probably preface that my practice is quite Oh, I would say it's on kind of the other side of the spectrum compared to Abdus's, in that I work a lot with, as opposed to nature and natural elements, falsehood, notions of fake fashion and materialism and the man-made. So I'm currently in my work engaged with two specific forms, the clay vase, the classical Greek amphora from the Hellenistic period, from ancient times, and then, as I brought in this morning, the contemporary handbag and the kind of new age luxury good, the status symbol. Both kind of existed as status symbols in their times, and both existed as contemporary objects in their time. So this attempt to kind of look at vessels both past and present is something that I engage with in my work. For the art fair, for their 10-year anniversary, I'm going to be looking at 10 vases that I am producing for my solo booth, and I will, in that series, look at a kind of passage of time in relationships. Specifically, the catalyst for this body of work, the title for my show is Unrealistic Expectations, was my ending my relationship with my partner of 4 years, which was a long-distance relationship. The unrealistic expectation was that he and I thought we could foster a relationship between Cape Town and New York for the amount of time that we did.
Sure.
But it kind of has opened up a conversation about love, loss, remembrance, and facilitated a whole cyclical conversation in that way. The work is all predominantly made out of clay.
Okay,
yes.
Fantastic. Well, I love it. I know that here on this specific piece, you've written "You're my favorite shade of blue."
Yes.
Do you put slogans and things on your other clay pieces?
It's kind of my hallmark, yeah. So all of my pieces have text on them. It's also, again, it's a way to kind of communicate with the audience, to invite them in, to bridge the gap also with accessibility in art. I find that humor is such a fantastic tool to allow people to not feel there is a barrier or a knowledge break or gap or an intimidation. So, you know, things like contemporary culture, the zeitgeist, meme culture, Jodie Foster in Contact. These are all things that, you know, I like to reference and consider in my work, and allow people to also imbue their own meanings onto. So I find language and text is a great communicative tool for that.
Well, listen, we can talk about this all day, but unfortunately, I cannot. So please head on over to the art fair that will be taking place the 17th to the 19th at the CTICC. The theme this year is the notion of time. Abdus as well as Geethan will be there with their exhibition, so make sure you stay tuned. But of course, do go and support. It is a very important art fair.
You gonna go to the art fair?
I think I might. Yeah? Now that I've made the Jodie Foster connection with Contact, my brain is reeling at the moment. The fact that I was talking about that earlier. Oh. There was something echoing through the studio this morning.
I thought you were in it.
Yeah.
Were you in Contact?
Yeah, I was just a really small part. No, I wasn't.
Oh, you had me going there for a second. I was like, amazing. But we're about to create some art here, if you will.
Words. And we are going to create some art. We know we are not chefs, but we love our food. We love flavors, and we love pretending that we can do it like a chef. And this is going to let you do that at home. It's light and airy as a mousse must be, and it's a wonderful summer dessert, and we're now showing you how we reinvent this classic with a quicker route to its creamy deliciousness with this timeless taste of Clover Classic custard.
Beautiful.
It's been all about the hacks today, hey?
Yeah. Stone fruit at the center of it all. By the way, Zoe showed me something hilarious this morning. So, if the plural of goose is geese, what's the plural of moose? Let that mull over for a little bit. No, never mind. Let it go. Let it go. Let's get into the rest.
You know, so to the 5 teachers that now get asked this at school this morning, we apologize. You can blame Kat quite comfortably. No, we're not going to answer. Okay, we're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Okay, so we've got our double cream here. We're going to add to that 2 cups of our classic custard.
Lovely stuff.
And this, I mean, it's drinkable, it's pourable.
Always brings back those memories, eh?
Yeah. This has got to be one of the most nostalgic foods for me, undoubtedly.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was a very common dessert at boarding school, and it saved the dessert because it doesn't matter how bad the cook was,
That's
the
actually
custard
true.
would be okay.
Custard makes everything
It really
okay.
was. It got me through the hard yards.
That should be a
at boarding
tagline.
school, yeah.
Like walk around with a shirt that says custard makes everything okay.
Yeah, exactly, man. Well, pitch it, bro, pitch it. Then we're going to mix this guy up until it's nice and fluffy.
Okay, and while you get to grips with that, I'm going to slice up our yellow flesh tangerine, as we heard earlier on, low in acidity, high in sugar, so extra sweetness, and we're going to use that to create that kind of tower of deliciousness.
Okay, so reiterate, because I actually got that a little confused. So the white and the yellow, what's the core difference there?
Obviously the flesh, and then you get a lot more juice out of this, whereas the white flesh is a lot more drier in texture. So I guess application would be a little bit different, but in terms of the nectarine itself, low in acidity, high in sugar is what you get out of that.
Okay, I've just discovered that level 5 on the mixer, perfect. Level 7, don't go there.
Really?
Okay.
It's
beautiful.
It's kind of like load shedding. Level 5, we're okay.
We're
Level
okay.
7, don't go there.
No, it's not good. There's nowhere back. Okay, this looks beautiful. It's almost gone a little whiter, blonde. I don't know if that's the real term, but you can see there's some nice, beautiful air in there. It's light, and it's going to be delicious.
Have a little bit of a taste of this, yes?
Oh, wow, thank you,
a
sir.
yellow flesh nectarine over there. How's the juice pop in there?
It's like you just gave me a shot glass of nectarine juice.
Here we go. And I just learned a culinary term just now. What I'm doing right now is called flanning.
Flanning?
Yes.
You're brilliant. You flan ahead, my friend.
Cutting up.
Always said that about you. You do flan ahead.
Days. Look at this.
We're going to have a little party right over here, and we're both going to have a little bit of fun. Well done, my friend.
What are you talking about?
You're an expert flanner. Okay, I'm going to take the daddy's glass, and I'll give you that.
An excerpt out of Goldilocks.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's about layering it. So are you going to put some custard first or fruit first?
I'd say I'd go custard first.
Okay. So we'll do it.
Yeah.
Together.
Nice. Oh, that was a great technique.
Sure.
Okay, then just let them...
You need that ladle now, that ladle that you were trying to do there.
Hello, hello, hello. Sit there for me, please. There we go.
Nice, perfect. Let me add a little bit more.
I'm not a fan of these.
And this obviously is our take if you want to juice it up. Add another element to it. Go wild, go crazy.
Give me a second on this. I just need to make sure that our fruit makes it to the edge of the glass, because that's where the la présentation.
Exactly, and this is a visual dessert. The whole point here is that you are doing this so you can see those beautiful
careful
cross
now.
sections.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, let it settle, let it settle.
You can do it.
Okay, next one. This is quite... Here we go. How about it? This is looking good.
And it's not overly rich, so you can have quite a nice sized portion.
Okay, here we go. Give me a bit of a push there. And then one more here. Oh, my days. How's that?
It looks great, man. I'm going to make this a thick layer.
Yeah.
As we go, as we approach the white.
You think we'll make it to the top?
We have to, man.
Wait. No! My slices are a bit too thin. I'm gonna flan a little bit more here.
Yeah, flan away, man.
One, give me 2, maybe 3 on this one.
And if you want to create this beautiful recipe as easy as it is, you can get the full ingredients list and a breakdown, a play-by-play of the recipe on expressoshow.com with all our culinary inspiration from our culinary hotline today.
You know, it's like a well-constructed season, you know?
Yeah.
You really do it well. Similar to what
I don't know what you're talking about.
What Mikel Arteta's doing right now at Arsenal. It's a well-constructed season, you know? Transfer window goes well. You make sure,
I'm just waiting for the bottom to fall out when I pick it up then.
Don't shake it, don't shake it.
I have to come and try it.
Oh, wow.
No, I didn't
It is
pack
your
breakfast
dessert.
today.
We knew that we were cooking for you or baking for you or creating for you this morning, Zoe.
Here, I have to have some of the stone fruit as well as the instant custard.
And I'm hoping that this beautiful custard creation is not going to be too rich. What are you getting?
Very good. Stone fruit coming through, beautiful, but so creamy. Very good, well done.
Thank you.
Good recipe.
Come on now.
We made it up.
Come on now. Check it out on our website, expressoshow.com.
You need a taste, dude.
You got the big one there. Go ahead.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic. classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Sensodyne, repair, and protect with deep repair. The science is pretty amazing. It really goes deep and repairs tooth sensitivity. The science is there. It's going to improve their quality of life in a big way. This is the first thing I recommend.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and they are ready to inject more feel good into your day. The Jackhammer band, they are standing by. They're warming up their vocals to bring you another performance. But stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast Show for that. Let's quickly catch up with those morning headlines one last time. Here's Kat.
Thank you very much, Zoe. The time has just gone 8 o'clock and time for a final look at the news headlines this morning. On the national news front, Johannesburg Water says there has been an improvement in the functioning of its water system after the power supply to the Aikenhof pumping station was restored. However, it will take about 2 more days before the system is again functioning or fully functioning. Now, areas where there is still no water will receive the necessary assistance. The Helen Joseph and Rahima Moos hospitals have sufficient water and their supply is constantly being monitored. Affected areas include Auckland Park, Brixton, Parktown, Winchester Hills and Roodepoort. Now, Stage 5 rolling blackout was implemented from 12 p.m. yesterday until 9 p.m. last night. Stage 6 rolling blackout is presently in force until 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. Eskom says of late, 6 generating units have suffered a breakdown. Meanwhile, Premier Zamani Saul of the Northern Cape says the government should treat the electricity crisis as its highest priority. He says the ongoing power troubles hinder the operations of mines nationwide, and mining is a core element of the Northern Cape's economy. Taking a look at international news this morning, thousands of people greeted Pope Francis when he touched down at Kinshasa Airport in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the DRC, yesterday. Now, the DRC is home to Africa's largest Catholic community, and this will be the country's first papal visit in nearly 4 decades. Later in the week, he'll be joined by the Church of England's most senior cleric, the Archbishop of Canterbury, and by the moderator of the Church of Scotland when he travels to South Sudan, where he's expected to urge political leaders to bring an end to years of hostilities. Now, in other news, the death toll has risen to 100 after a mosque suicide bombing which targeted policemen in the city of Peshawar in Pakistan. The mosque is in a high security zone and an investigation is underway as to how the bomber gained entry. The attack, one of Pakistan's bloodiest in years, has left some 150 people injured. A Pakistani Taliban claimed that they carried out the bombing and was later denied by the militant group. They laid blame at the door of a splinter faction. And then finally, it's time for Kim Kardashian to move on over, and as we all say hi to Kimberly Kardashian, a black bear has become a worldwide internet sensation for taking hundreds of selfies on a wildlife camera in an apparent impromptu photo shoot. And we're talking 400 selfies in a single night, to be precise. And no, this isn't some fictional story. It's a bedrock fact. It's happened and at the mountains in Boulder, a city in Colorado in the United States. And the incident came to light when the Boulder Open Space and Mountain Parks Department unveiled pictures of the bear truly admiring itself. Now, while the cameras often capture animals out in the wild, officials said most creatures don't notice the device and just stroll on by. Now, this particular bear, already dubbed a selfie bear, however, appeared to be absolutely captivated by the camera. And these pictures drew hoots and laughter, and most of us bet on it that it must have been a lady bear, said Philip Yates, spokesperson for the Boulder's Open Space and Mountain Parks. And clearly this selfie bear should have its own Instagram page by now, and it's, I guess, plain to say that the selfies are unbearably chic. Well, we'll leave it at that for the news on this Wednesday morning. Right now, let's take a look at the news headlines from the sporting world with Graham.
That's what they call the Boulder Smolder, my brother. Let's kick it off with cricket. Unfortunately, not the best news from a South African perspective, as all-rounder and regular skipper Dane van Niekerk has been deemed unfit as CSA named the Proteas women's squad for the next T20 Women's World Cup kicking off next week here in South Africa. So the Proteas women will be captained by all-rounder Sinead Lewis. Brilliant stand-in or step-in with van Niekerk ruled out of the global showpiece due to not meeting the minimum criteria, sadly. But we do see stalwarts such as Marizan Cup, Ayabonga Kaka and Shabnim Ismail all included. South Africa are going to need them. They kickstart the tournament up against Sri Lanka on the 10th of February. We'll also play Australia, New Zealand and Bangladesh in a very strong group. Then on to rugby. The big man has done it again. Springbok centurion Eben Etzebeth has been voted as SA Rugby's Player of the Year for 2022, following a string of excellent performances by the experienced lot last year. So the 31-year-old was immense in 2022 and became only the 7th Springbok to earn his 100th cap in so doing. And also making his mark, youngster Kanan Moody won the Young Player of the Year award, and Nadine Roos was named Springbok Women's Player of the Year, justifiably so. And then JC Pretorius won the award for Springbok Sevens Player of the Year, while John Dobson was named Coach of the Year. Thoroughly warranted across the board, so congratulations. Now we turn to another saga off the court in tennis. The ATP is not going to take any action against former world number 2 Alexander Zverev following allegations of domestic abuse against the German. Now, in October of 2021, the ATP had launched an investigation into allegations leveled by his ex-girlfriend Olga Sharapova rather, who said in a magazine interview that Zverev was emotionally and physically abusive to her during their relationship. Zverev has consistently denied all of the allegations. And then finally, on to the end of a glittering era on the track and on the road. Mo Farah is preparing to say an emotional London Marathon goodbye to his home support, and there is a lot, after confirming his participation in this year's race in April. The 4-time Olympic champion expects 2023 to be, sadly, his final year of racing before retirement, but he is unsure at this stage if the marathon will be his last competitive event. Let's hope not, saying he will take it, quote, one race at a time. time, so we'll savor every step for now. But that's a wrap of your sport for this Wednesday morning. As you head off for work, let's get you there safely. Zoe's got the latest on the roads.
Thank you, Graham. And it is a busy one this morning in Kwadukuza, KZN. There's congestion at Chris Hani, Old North Coast Road, heading towards the N2 due to defective traffic lights. Then in Tulisa Park in Johannesburg, there's been an accident. This is on the R59 North, causing delays all the way towards the N12 East at Reading Interchange. Staying in Johannesburg, in Benoni, there's been a multi-vehicle accident on the N12 westbound. This is after Putfontein Road. That right lane is closed and there's some slow-moving traffic. Then in Cape Town, in Milnerton, there's some congestion this morning on the N7 southbound. It's at Bosmansdam Road. You can expect delays. Well, that's a wrap of your traffic. Let's take a final look at your weather. And the City of Cape Town is urging residents to use less water as high stages of load shedding are having an impact on water supply operations. Mayor Jordan Hill-Lewis wishes residents and businesses to collectively use less than 850 million litres of water daily. He said this would put the city in a better position next summer if it's again a below average winter rainfall. He added that the dams supplying Cape Town were losing on average about 2% of the total dam capacity per week. In the past week, residents used 949 million litres daily, which is 99 million litres over the collective daily use target. Cape Town's dams were still above 50%, but its models showed dam levels would drop below 50% by the end of summer. Hill-Lewis added, and I quote, "This may increase the need for water restrictions down the line, which we ideally wouldn't want to avoid," end of quote. Well, now for your final weather update this morning, let's turn our attention to those beautiful sunrise views that you share with us. Mark Bosman is kicking us off for your 8 a.m. update with a stunning photo of the sun beaming through the clouds. This one was taken in Puckelsdorp in George. Then Marla took this stunning photo while drinking her morning coffee on her veranda in Isipingo Hills. Joey Peterson showcased this photo of the sun beaming out beyond the horizon and lighting up the boats in Umhlanga Rocks. And finally, Arusha Singh shared this view of the status clouds in the Centurion area. What a beautiful morning. Well, if you have a sunrise view to share with us, please do so on our WhatsApp line. That number's on your screen right now. It's 063 408 8863. Well, let's take a final look at your temperatures. Heading over to Limpopo, Polokwane, your low is 17, your high 25. Mbombela 18, 24. In Gauteng, Pretoria, expect thunder showers with a high of 25 for today. Johannesburg 15, reaching a high of 22. Mahikeng 19, 26. Klerksdorp 17 with a high of 27. If you're in Kimberley, 18 is your low, 30 your high. If you're in Bloemfontein, 15 is your low and your high 29 degrees Celsius. Thunder showers in Richards Bay, 23 with a high of 31. Pietermaritzburg, 18, 31. Durban 24, reaching a high of 31. If you're in Mthatha, 17 is your low, 32 your high. Some thunder showers can be expected in East London today, 21 with a high of 32. Cradock 14, reaching a high of 34. A sunny day in Gqeberha, a low of 18, a high of 25. Moving to the Western Cape, rain can be expected in George, 15 with a high of 26 for today. Cape Town 17, 25. Worcester 15 with a high of 33. If you're in Sutherland, 11's your low, 29 your high, and Uppington 21 with a high of 36 degrees Celsius. Well, that's where I leave your weather on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It sounds crazy for me to say this. The oldest rock band in the country is only now beginning their second chapter. That album drops today, and we're getting a taste of their new offering, which is allowing us to rock out like never before. In fact, it should be a Friday officially today. We might cancel the rest of the week. Here they are again to get you on your feet with Lamenting in the Rain. Take it away, boys.
There's nothing you can
spend. I'm feeling cement. You know I never made much sense. Oh, lamenting in the rain makes me wanna sing the blues. Oh, lamenting in the rain, such a cliche. Oh, but it's true. Never leave that old Hotel California. Gotta find a way to kill paranoia. Never found a way to break on through to the other side where I find you. Blistering sunburn and our bare feet. Oh, we couldn't escape the heat. Delusions in our ghost retreat. You know I never made much sense. Oh, lamenting in the rain makes me wanna sing the blues. Oh, lamenting in the rain, such a cliche. Oh, but it's true. Blistering sunburn and our bare feet. Oh, we couldn't escape the heat. Illusions in our ghost retreat. You know I never made much sense. Oh, lamenting in the rain makes me wanna sing the blues. Oh, melting in the rain, such a cliche. Oh, but it's true.
Yes, please. We are here for that. Private concert every day. Please, guys. I absolutely love it. It is really coming to bear how privileged we are to be a part of the start of the second chapter. It drops today, available for download. I hope if you're a Dyed in the Wool fan, get out and see them back on the road again doing a tour through Cape Town as we speak. One more performance coming from the Jackhammer band. Gentlemen, thank you, boys. Whoa. Woo.
It's The Crush. Unlock your 100% TV show. Catch all the excitement as we unlock Crush fans' full potential to live their dreams. Watch the show on SABC2 starting on the 1st of February every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of thousands of prizes. Simply buy any Crush and follow the pack for entry details. Crush, 100% goodness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, you beauties. Before the craziness in the kitchen behind me continues, we posted a question to you guys this morning. Peaches, apricots, mangoes, nectarines, what is your favorite stone fruit and what are they doing behind me? Now, we wanted to know what your favorite recipe or use of stone fruit is, and we asked you to send in some voice notes. 063-408-8863 is the line to use. And of course, we've had a couple of great messages come through. Let's hear one right now.
A very good morning, Expresso team.
Good morning.
Peaches, of course.
That's it. Emphatically so. Peaches, of course. Boom, drops mic. Now we got Nozi weighing in. Let's hear from her.
Good morning, Expresso family. Good morning, everyone. I don't know what you're talking about. Aye, guys, we are in the rural villages. We don't know what you're talking about, but I'm loving you. I'm watching your show and love you all. No sentimental.
Oh, Nozi, we love you. You're not alone. So basically, if it's got a hard stone like fruit in it, it's a stone fruit. That's how I use it, okay? Oh, we got one more voice note. Let's hear it.
Good morning, Expresso. This is Charmaine Björkman.
Hello,
I like cream peaches and I use it in my cheesecake. It's very delicious.
Ooh, beautiful. I love it, Charmaine. Thank you so much. Nozi, thank you so much to everyone who's weighed in. Keep those voice notes coming. 063-408-8863. What's your favorite stone fruit and how do you use it? Let's see if we can inspire you right now.
Do you know what stone fruit is?
Yes, I've learned all about stone fruit, Zoe. Look at that, the nectarines and the prunes and the peaches and the julle gedunte.
The julle gedunte. Well, listen, let's use some of that gedunte into our next recipe.
Clover's range of margarines and spreads. Classic spread. Mama Bake.
Margie, how do you know what we like?
I know someone who knows.
Spread the Margie love.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, over the summer, our tables are brightened with various types of, some delicious stone fruits. And if you are including these fruit gems for breakfast, then you have to try our pancake spaghetti with stone fruit compote. How does that sound? Some sweet spaghetti.
Sounds good. You know what just went through my mind? Now that we kind of have a basic understanding of stone fruit, do mangoes qualify as stone fruit?
They do. They've got the pip on the side, on the inside.
Is it about the pip on the inside?
Cherries are stone fruit as well.
Because apples also have pips on the inside.
No, but not the hard stone, the pips are like stone. That's where the name stone fruit comes from. You can eat an apple pip, but you can't eat a mango pip or a cherry pip.
You really try.
If you want to break your teeth. So we're making some stone fruit compote.
Yes.
So you can kick that off for us.
Yeah.
By giving it a good slice and dice, you're adding your sugar. We're going to get that syrupy goodness, as well as add a little bit of vanilla essence and just slowly let that cook down.
I think these are my favorites. The yellow flesh nectarines are my favorite. I love that juicy component that it just really, the flavor pops beautifully. I'm going to chop them up into different sizes as well. These ones I'm going to do into
we're going for that rustic look. Now, I've been given a second chance to redeem myself at making a batter this morning. So I've got some eggs. I've got 600 mils of milk.
I'll take half the blame for that batter this morning that didn't go as planned.
It's okay. We are in this together. And then we are using our Clover Classic fat spread. And this is our Mama Bakes. We're going to melt a little bit and add that to our mixture. But our Clover Classic, it is an ideal and versatile fat spread that can be used daily for cooking, spreading, as well as baking, and adding it to the pancake batter to squeeze into that squeezy bottle that we will be using to make our spaghetti shapes. It really is ideal. And you can store this up to a week in your fridge, and it will be ready whenever you need to make some pancake spaghetti. So this really is a great mixture that you can prep well in advance. So I've got
a shot of this, please. That that sugar caramelizing, melting away, mixing in with that lovely vanilla flavor. You know that's going to come through.
That's
and then, of
going
course,
to
all
look
of that
beautiful.
in the beautiful juice that is now coming off of our nectarines. This is the stuff of dreams. Bliss.
I think you have to show the camera. You can just tilt
You
it
see
up.
that?
Oh,
Look at
that
that.
looks
Look at that. Look at that.
beautiful.
If you have like an apple lying around, maybe just like have it dance around there a little bit.
That looks good, Kat.
Right.
So I've got our mixture here. I've just added our pancake mix. Give it a good mixture, and then you simply add it, once all the lumps are out, into the squeezy bottle. That's also ideal to store it in the fridge for about a week.
Is that what that thing is called?
A squeezy bottle.
Is that what it's called?
That's what I call
Or
it.
you just make up a name, a squeezy bottle, because it's a bottle and you squeeze it?
I don't know what it's called. You put your tomato sauce, your mustard, a squeezy bottle.
But if you're sitting around the dinner table, do you say, hey, Auntie, please pass me the squeezy bottle? Is that what you say?
It depends what's in the squeezy bottle. So you can do, I would say pass me the tomato sauce.
Okay. Somebody help us. Do you know what the actual name of this bottle is? A squeezy bottle?
So you want to,
Squeezable bottle?
keep it nice and thin because we are going for that spaghetti look.
Beautiful.
And the mixture is quite thin, so it's going to go quickly.
I like what you did there, like using the space.
Utilizing it.
Yes. Oh,
And
look
then
at
you get
that.
your
Very quickly.
Pancake spaghetti. That's still a little bit wet, but this is definitely dry and almost ready to go.
And then you don't need to flip this one, hey? The one side will
You
do.
could give it a quick little flip.
Really? That would
you
be a
wanted
mission
to.
and a half, Zoe.
Okay, well, we don't have to. You're asking me questions
I like asking questions.
that
We're
I don't
learning.
know the answers to.
That's all right.
We learn as we go.
Exactly. This beautiful nectarine compote is coming along quite nicely. Look at that.
This is such a fun dessert. Look at that, our spaghetti.
You're honestly trying to flip the spaghetti.
Our spaghetti.
I love your dedication, Zoe. Do it.
There we go.
That's good.
Got little spaghettis.
Can I try some? I wanna.
Yes, please do try.
I'd like to squeeze the
We've
next.
got fresh ones.
Do the next squeezy bottle. See, now I'd go like this. Come on, squeezy batter.
Nice and thin.
They're all there. Okay, I think so. Squeeze.
Use both hands.
Oh yeah, it does need a bit of.
That's good.
Come on now, let's keep going. Consistency. Don't break the line. What
That's
are
also a
we
good way of
doing?
squeezing it.
Oh, it's a lot. I'm getting cramps. To the end. Oh my goodness.
Well done. Now
That
try
looks-
and flip it.
Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna try this. Hold on.
Give it a second or so.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, I'm trying to move it. Once it's all moved. Okay. Okay.
Just be
gentle.
careful for your stone.
Are we okay here?
Pots.
Okay. I'm hearing a lot of gasps behind the camera, and I'm like, okay.
Okay. So while
No.
Katlejo is busy there,
Ah,
it's looking good, Kat.
I don't want to break it though. It's so beautiful. Okay. Okay. Wait, is it all loose? Are you ready to move spaghetti? Okay. No, that didn't work. Okay.
This is a recipe for if you have a lot of time.
Oh.
Do you wanna put
This
in the
is.
bowl?
Look at that.
Proper spaghetti.
Merci.
Pancake spaghetti.
Merci.
And
Okay.
then you will simply serve it with that stone fruit compote that we made. Kat, well done.
Thank you very much, sir. Inspired by you.
We did good. We did good this time.
Are we good here? Do we want this to cook anymore? I think this is good.
I would let that reduce a little bit more.
a little
but
bit more?
look at this. We've got some ready-made. Once it's cooled down, you can simply
That looks
serve
great.
that.
And that's your dessert.
That is your delicious dessert, some spaghetti pancake with stone fruit compote.
Would you have that? Would you use chopsticks for that?
You could actually, if you want to,
Yeah.
be fancy, you could definitely do that. But I mean, there you have it. I mean, you can eat it with your hands if you really want to be brave.
Go for it with your hands.
No, so this is TV, so I'm going to use the fork.
Taste it.
Don't
though.
eat it with
Let me
your
know.
hands. I definitely want to taste it. So let's get in there with a little bit of the spaghetti.
Oh, it's dripping. Yeah. How are we doing?
a winning combination. I love the thinness of the pancake, but also the fruitiness coming through and a bit of sweetness with the stone fruit compote, which is delicious. This is a good recipe.
Great teamwork. That you've redeemed yourself.
We both did.
Absolutely.
Well, if you want to get your hands on this recipe, it's available on our website, expressoshow.com. And if you've missed any of the steps, we've got a recap for you.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on S3. Now, Crush is bringing you a new TV show on SABC2 tonight at 7 p.m. And Raul will be going on a journey to help you unlock your 100% and live to your full potential. Now, in the season premiere of Unlock Your 100% tonight at 7 p.m., you will meet Kagiso, a volunteer and mother of 3 who dreams of becoming a professional baker. Follow her journey as she learns the necessary skills and gains the confidence to bake a birthday cake for her first celebrity client. Plus, you stand a chance to win your own KitchenAid stand mixer valued at 11,000 Rand to help you unlock your 100% in the kitchen. To enter, watch the show tonight, then comment on the competition post on the Clover Crush Facebook, Twitter or Instagram pages and tell us how winning this prize will help you unlock your 100%. Don't forget to hashtag Crush in your answer. The competition will close on the 12th of Feb at midnight and those T's and C's can be found on clover.co.za. And also keep an eye out on Crush's social pages for more information on the Unlock Your 100% with Crush TV show coming tonight at 7:30 on SABC2.
Catch Unlock Your 100% this week as we meet Kagiso. She's a mother of 3 all the way from Joburg that dreams of becoming a professional baker.
I want to bake birthday cakes, wedding cakes. I'm so passionate. I love to see people smiling when they look at my cakes. This is too much. It's very nice.
Watch the show on SABC2 from the 1st of February every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m.
Well, it is the month of love, and if you love rock music, then you tune into the right place right now. The Jackhammer Band are in studio. Of course, the month of February represents a very special one for them because it is the launch of their brand new album that is called Second Chapter, and it is available on all streaming platforms. At least 2 songs of those are available. And for those, Jonathan, that don't know about the Jackhammer Band yet, what can we expect from the Second Chapter, this very special offering?
Well, we've got our blues roots, you know, so it's always been a Jackhammer, you know, kind of standard, the blues rock kind of thing. So we're keeping in that vein, and but also a little bit more on the heavy side as well. Yeah. Song called As I Turn Away, which is also released on all the platforms at the moment, and the song we played earlier, Lamenting in the Rain. Yeah. That's also being played on the radio and will also be you know, on the streaming platforms. Yeah.
Fantastic. You'll be playing a whole host of shows during the month of February, and I think you're starting off this week, right? Where can people catch you performing live?
Well, tonight we're in Durbanville at the Boer.
Lovely. Great venue, by the way.
Where were we on Friday? Where? Locomotion. That's
Locomotion.
Right.
See, that's how the gig guide works in the band. You ask all the other band members, and like, let's confirm.
In Somerset West.
Lovely.
And then Saturday we had a place called Cafe Rue in Noordhoek.
Lovely.
And then Sunday, Cape to Cuba.
Fantastic
That's
stuff.
going to be an acoustic set, so yeah.
And we can follow at Jackhammer Band on social media to keep up with the goings-on in the band. Tell me about this song, which is the second of the 2 songs that you have currently released under the album that is the Second Chapter.
This is kind of a unique song because it's the first song that Jake and myself are actually, he's singing half the song and I'm singing half the song. Yeah, you know? And the band collaborated on all the songs, which wasn't the case in the old days. So you know, this is you know, it's a whole new thing for us.
Yeah. It's called Blues Home.
Blues Home.
Stage is all yours.
Thank you very much.
I call it rock and roll.
Jackhammer Band on your Feel Good Breakfast show with Blues Home, a beautiful song that is part of their body of work that is now released on all of the streaming platforms. It's called Second Chapter. Do check them out. And of course, if you'd like to attend those live shows as well, have a look at the Jackhammer Band on social media. Of course, we'll be back with more on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We'll see you right after these.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, South Africa, to another installment of the Culinary Hotline. Bling!
Sing, sing,
sing! My next guest chef has studied for over 10 years, perfecting her art in French patisserie. She's traveled the whole world representing her culinary genius. Please welcome Chef Zoe Brown!
Merci, merci. Thank
you so much for
Chef
joining
Clem.
us.
I appreciate it. I'm so excited.
Now continue with the accent.
Oh, no. There was never an accident. I just said merci.
Okay, well, welcome to the kitchen.
Oui, oui.
The phone lines are so busy. They are so excited to see you. We actually have, what? I'm a bit Mexican. We actually have a voice note right now for you.
We've got one from Clifford. Good morning. Okay, we're waiting for Clifford to come through, but it's okay.
We'll bring that up. So we're gonna make...
He's actually playing now.
Find out to the chef himself, is there a specific range of chicken that you need for this recipe? Or any chicken can do it, a full chicken perhaps, or maybe, I don't know. You let us know, guys. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm from the restaurant again.
Oh, no need to apologize. So Chef Clem, that earlier recipe that we did involving the chicken, he wanted us to know, do we need a specific chicken for it? Can we use any chicken, perhaps a specific cut?
Here's the thing, Clifford, you can use any type of chicken. You can use whole chicken, you can use thighs, you can use legs, you can use breasts. It works amazing on wings. You don't only have to use chicken. You can do it on fish, you can do it on lamb, you can do it on beef. You can do it on veggies, you can do it on rice, you can do it on pasta, you can do it on bread. You can do it on absolutely anything. The sauce in that marinade works so well at just elevating flavors of absolutely anything. But when it comes to chicken, I like the idea of actually using the wings and the drums as well on the braai. So delicious.
And if you're wondering what sauce Chef Clem is talking about, we've got that recipe available on our website, expressoshow.com. Chef Clem, the theme for today's culinary hotline's all about stone fruit. We are welcoming your voice notes, so please join in on our conversation. Our number is 063 408 8863. What are you going to show us today? You referenced France.
A tarte tatin. Or tarte tatin. It doesn't matter how you say it. It's super delicious and one of the easiest ways to prepare a French patisserie dish. And another amazing way to highlight stone fruit. Super, super simple. And I like stories behind recipes. Apparently how this was created was someone baked the puff pastry tart and then they tripped. And then the tart fell on the floor, but when they lifted it up, it was like, hey, that's beautiful.
Pretty. Okay.
So I'm gonna show you how to do it. First things first,
But
brown
how do you
sugar.
make this recipe without dropping it on the floor?
Please
Because
don't drop it on the
it's
floor.
not hygienic.
We're actually gonna assemble the whole thing upside down already.
Okay.
Upside down already. So what we're gonna do is, you can use normal white sugar. I like brown sugar. There's a little bit of depth in there. In your pan, not too hot. You want the pan to want the sugar to slowly melt. Sugar burns very quickly.
Okay.
So a nice, I'd say medium heat, and then you can see it starting to melt. I'm gonna add a little,
Starting to melt.
and that's what you want. Normally with sugar you don't stir because it crystallizes, but for this recipe, perfectly fine. You wanna get like a nice melt going. If you want it to be a little decadent, you can add some butter.
Ooh.
But
are we going to be decadent?
No, you know what? I want to kind of like keep it. I want to use as few ingredients just to kind of show how easy it is to make like an amazing French dish. That brown sugar's gonna start melting, and I've got my yellow flesh nectarines.
And you just take the pips out and keep it in bigger sizes?
Keep it nice and chunky. You could do beautiful fans and I kind of fan it around the pan, but I like the chunk of the fruit. So what you gotta do is you gotta go around the equator, just like that. Get a nice grip, and then you twist.
Give it a good twist.
Boom. And that's how you do it. Then just grip the stone, pull it out, and that's the half that you want. I like presenting these with the cut side facing up.
Okay, so you're going skin down first.
Skin down. You can see the one that we've actually done a little earlier actually has cut side facing up when you present it, but today we're gonna show you another way. So all you're gonna do is cut side facing up. This is such an easy recipe to make. And what I love about it is if you are having guests over and dessert, I kind of feel like that's when the entertaining element of it kind of winds out of it. You want to relax with your guests.
You want to relax. You've worked so hard to put your entire meal together. You don't want to still stress about a dessert, but you also want to present a beautiful and good, tasty dessert.
Very, very important. So, yes, you always want to end off your event or your day or evening like on a high note. And this is how you do it. But what I would recommend is actually once you put the pastry on it, pop it in the freezer. So when it is time to serve, then you put it in the oven, and then like 20 minutes later, you're good to go. Okay. So this is gonna start browning, and you wanna let it get a little bit of that color.
Can I look after it for you?
You're gonna do that. Thyme and stone fruit, amazing. So you can add a little bit. A little bit of thyme goes a long way, so just a little bit.
Just a little touch.
There we go. And then salt. It brings out the flavor, not only the pastry, but the stone fruit as well.
Doesn't it like allow the fruit to also sweat a bit and bring out the juices?
Did you learn that in your 10 years of... that was amazing.
No, I just know when you add salt to meat, it brings out the moisture, it draws out the moisture.
That with the sugar makes the sauce on its own, which is absolutely amazing. Puff pastry, and we're using the all butter puff pastry. Ooh. If you're gonna go extravagant, especially when you're using such a few ingredients.
That's such beautiful packaging. I really thought it was a recipe book standing there.
Looks like it, looks like it. And it actually has a recipe at the back. For decadent mille-feuille, follow the recipe below. Love that. Okay. So, get your puff pastry sheets, and you never work with puff pastry when it's like over-frozen and over-thawed, and it's too soft. And if it does happen, all you gotta do is pop it back into the freezer for like 20 minutes, and you'll see it'll firm up again. Never put frozen puff pastry in the microwave.
No, that will just break the consistency of it, because I know with puff pastry there's a lot of butter involved.
Yes.
That's what gives you the flakiness.
Yes, and when you put it in the microwave, you're actually melting that layer of butter, and it'll all come out. And you're wondering why your puff pastry turned into a biscuit. Still delicious, but not what you want.
No flakes.
No flakes. So all you're gonna do is place that over your nectarines. Now, if you want a double puff, do you want a double puff?
Yeah, let's double puff.
All you do is brush a little bit of egg wash on there, or milk, or actually just let it do its thing, and then you kind of like...
a bit of mayo?
Excuse you?
I know, look at me knowing all these little foodie
A little bit of mayo. So funny thing about mayo is made out of eggs and oil. Yes, you can. And a little slight savory. It's not savory. It's like a little bit of acid that's in there, which is the vinegar. Brown.
Well, you know what it is? Sometimes when you, especially if you're cooking for one, you don't want to break a whole egg just to brush that little thing you're baking like a pie.
Yes.
You just use a little bit of mayo.
Yeah, wow. Yes, use a bit of mayo. And it actually gives you a beautiful sheen on there as well. Absolutely love that. So what's going to happen is you're going to make a little hole. You do want it to kind of steam a little bit. And that all that excess moisture, because it is a very juicy fruit, is going to come through the top. This goes into the oven, okay? Once your puff pastry is completely puffed up, golden and brown, you're gonna take a plate. Now imagine this plate is bigger than the pan, and that's a very important part. Make sure your plate is bigger and fits over everything in the pan.
And then you'll just simply
flip
it over.
And what you get is this. Now, it is so amazing. When we feel a little fancy on a Sunday afternoon, we do blue cheese with that.
Ooh.
The pastry with the sweet nectarine and the blue cheese is amazing. You can do ice cream,
Are we
cream.
allowed to cut that open? And
Not only are you allowed to.
I just want to see what the puff pastry looks like at the base. Ooh, that is
Absolutely.
nice.
It's still a bit warm. How amazing is that?
Look at that caramelization. And that's what obviously has been cooking very slowly from the sugar. Look at that puff.
Look at the layers of puff
Here's a
pastry.
plate.
There we go. Let me just cut a piece off at the
I
end.
feel like it's pressure to do the first cut.
Oh, the first cut is always the more tricky one.
The deepest. Isn't there a song about that?
Yes. If I knew the song, I'd sing. We'll ask Kat. Look at that. Look at that.
Beautiful
It is so
layers.
delicious. And I mean, I want to count the ingredients as 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4, maybe 5 ingredients. Like I said, a bit of ice cream on that. Everybody's happy. That's delicious.
That is delicious.
And the fruit just goes so jammy, so intense, so sweet.
Okay, I'm giving a little TV bite.
Normally, Graham gives us our Engels, but I feel like today you can tell us how many Engels out of 10 do you give that?
There's a 10/18.
A 10/18. Wow.
This is a good one. I love that the fruitiness has its own natural sweetness, but it's not too sweet and overpowering. And definitely the pastry, I love that we've doubled up. Look at these layers. It's literally falling apart.
That's actually a single layer and it's puffed up so much. We were just being fans with a double layer. I'm telling you, this dessert wins every single time.
I love that it was such an easy recipe. Not many ingredients needed, but a lot of time and patience. That's what we need.
A little bit of time.
Just a little bit of time. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Well, if you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe, it is available on our website, expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Now, before we get back into the kitchen, we want to connect with you on social media because today's theme is all about that delicious stone fruit. We asked you what's your favorite and how have you been using it, and you've been sharing your social media comments as well as those voice notes on 063 408 8863. Well, let's take a look at the comments right now. So we have one coming through from Jane saying mangoes. Recipe fruit salad with some plain yogurt is absolutely yummy. For me, it is a good morning. Thank you for that, Jane. Let's see what else came through. Daphne saying, good morning all. My favorite stone fruit is nectarines, like the flavor burst Clem used yesterday. Oh, how fantastic. And the last one is from William saying, my favorite stone fruit is peaches because it's so healthy and lots of vitamins to go to the body and brain. Oh, you're speaking my language. We'll continue to be part of this conversation. Leave your comments on our social media post on Facebook, as well as send us through voice notes to 063 408 8863. But let's get back into the kitchen with the Culinary Hotline Bling.
Welcome back, South Africa, to the third and final installment of the Stone Fruit Culinary Hotline Bling. Zing, zing, zing. Now, my next guest chef has cooked for royalty. He's represented our country in the Chefing Olympics and brought home gold. Please, can I get a warm welcome for Katlego Yam Yam Mabue? Yes!
Let's go!
Yes! Yes! Yes, if you want to see that trophy, let us know. We'll bring it in. We actually need a crane to bring it in.
Mr. Pedro, it's quite curious that you know the name Yum Yum.
Oh, really?
It comes a long way with me.
Oh, really?
From yay high. Yeah. When I used to just, you know.
Oh, nice.
I
love that.
Mabue. That's the one.
Amazing, amazing. So, yesterday, we made a beautiful nectarine butter cake. It was so delectable. I didn't even try it because I turned around, I came back, gone. Okay.
Okay.
We made a tarte tatin, and I feel like the third dessert's gonna be like, boing, how we send off our stone fruit there.
Let's go.
This one is so easy, so delicious. It is, just imagine a short crust pastry, nice and buttery, delicious, with like half a nectarine inside, folded into a little pocket, compact enough to actually put it in your pocket.
You had me at pocket.
Pocket.
Because I want to climb into that pocket and see what's inside and go, oh, wow.
Yes, but it doesn't end there. We get a little bit of Madagascan vanilla bean ice cream on top.
Let's go.
We're gonna do this. It's amazing. I'll go very quickly. So, short crust pastry, one of the easiest pastries to make. You don't need machines.
Can we make this in 2.5 minutes?
I can make it in 30 seconds now. I will set yourself up.
Butter goes in.
Butter goes in. And you want your butter to be cold. This is, it's hot in the room because you walked in. Then I got a bit soft. We're adding some flour to it.
Yeah.
You're gonna use your fingertips.
Just to get involved.
Get a little bit of
yes.
breadcrumbing happening there. To that, we're gonna add our egg. And once you start kneading it, just with the egg yolks, we get that. We get that.
Onto the surface?
Onto the surface. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a sprinkle, a chefy sprinkle. You gotta stand back.
Go ahead.
We go. Pa. That's it.
Oh,
that's it.
So you've had this in the fridge for some time.
Yes.
It's quite hectic to move out of, you know.
And that's an important part of short crust pastry. You never work with it when it's warm. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get it out, pop it into the fridge. Sorry, let it chill for a bit. Hit it with a little bit of flour, and we can actually divide this. We can divide it a little bit. Divide it into quarters.
There you go. That's 1 and 2. There we go.
We don't just do food, we do quick maths as well. So there we go. You're gonna roll this out.
Lovely stuff.
And you're gonna use, I'd say get your mom's teacup, not a fancy China teacup, okay? Just a regular teacup.
Just the regular stuff.
And you're gonna use that to be your mold. Instead of using a cookie cutter, you're gonna get those perfect round shapes. That's gonna be the cup that you use to shape these beautiful little pockets of deliciousness. Okay? So.
And once you've done that.
Once you do that, get your stone fruit, pop it into the middle, fold, sprinkle of brown sugar, oven. But now I want to bring you over here and show you what they look like.
Okay, let's do that. Let's move over here.
Right. So here's what they look like when they come out, okay?
Perfectly delicious. So the fold is what you get here.
Yes.
Wonderful. You can fruit inside.
You can decide how much fruit you want inside, okay? And all the fruit is, it's just your nectarines, a little bit of vanilla, because vanilla brings
Zoe, come in here.
Everything.
Have a look.
Here comes Zoe Brown.
Come on, dish it up now.
I heard ice cream.
Okay, so trick. Ice cream scoop, hot water, it helps us glide through the ice cream. Take your ice cream out about 10 minutes before you start serving it.
And then
you scoop.
Deliciousness.
What do they call it when it's like smooth, like
a quenelle?
A quenelle.
Yes. All my pro chefs know what they're talking about.
Quenelle.
Look at that. You've done this very speedily. I'm very, very impressed.
These can be frozen, stays in the freezer, pop it in the oven, 5 minutes to reheat it. It's delicious. Get some ice cream on there. You can do custard as well.
Out of 10.
That's it. How many Engels?
Oh, All of them.
All of them. The heavens have opened. Yes.
Oh, what a fun culinary hotline. We'll see you tomorrow, South Africa.
Ta ta ta.
That looks good.
Try those new cookbook recipes out this year, or stick with the timeless classics. Either way, they'll always taste their best when made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.